This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. More on them later.
We're on break.
Yeah, it's been a long week.
The chapter didn't say we're going on break though, so I think some people were surprised.
Yeah, they were caught on the left foot. I think in some translations they just added that in, which is kind of funny, right? They just added in the line break next week, even though it doesn't say it.
Yeah, that reminds me of like the little after the chapter, it's like some words like they're finally ready to go.
Oh, those words never mean anything, bro. I follow like the leakers and stuff, and every week they're like, a comment by Shonen Jump editors. Elbaf is in turmoil. What will the Straw Hats do next? It's like, okay, I see that like every week, man. I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
It's the same
you just
thing.
gotta overlook that.
Yeah, ignore it.
Exciting chapter, great setup. I think we're getting to the one of those moments in the arc where, well, let me ask you, do you think we're gonna have Luffy lose badly here? Just because in every arc, for the most part, Luffy it has to be like some overwhelming defeat of the Straw Hats, specifically Luffy. Do you think that's already happened, or do you think this is where it happens?
You ever wonder about how to get your business online without the headache? I did. I tried juggling sites and sales myself, and it was a mess. It took me forever to figure out design, payments, and all that jazz. That's where today's sponsor, Squarespace, steps in. It's a platform that handles design, sales, payments, all in one place. I used it to build a solid site, perfect for growing my work and building my own legacy, like a captain charting a course. Squarespace uses design intelligence, smart tech that unlocks your creative potential. It built me a professional site, no coding needed. Their payment system manages sales and invoices. Klarna, Apple Pay, you name it, they do it. Squarespace Payments simplifies tracking sales and printing shipping labels. It is a complete setup for any business, whether you're just starting up or scaling up. And with the online store feature, I set it up to sell products seamlessly. It's like having a crew that handles the heavy lifting while I focus on the business. Want to try it? Go to squarespace.com/B.D.A. law for a free trial, and you can get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Click the link in the description. It's right on the screen here. Check it out. Now back to the video.
I personally think this is where it's going to happen. I mean, we've seen this so many times, right? Wano, Eni's lobby. I mean, you can't really consider Arlong Park a loss, but, he was in the water for a little bit, then he got back out. Like, Luffy tends to lose so that when he comes back, he gets like a power-up, right? Or he gets stronger, he gets some knowledge. Like Crocodile, right? You lost the Crocodile at Rain Dinners, comes back, uses water, beats his ass. Like, that's just how it is. So I wouldn't mind if Luffy lost here.
Yeah, it happens. It happens over and over. Yeah. So I think he could lose, especially if they just run away without Scopper being able to tell him what's going on. Right? And then they come back and all of a sudden, well, I got beat really bad. And Scopper's like, well, just because you don't know this power.
Come on, guys.
It feels like it's not enough time for him for like a training session. It's like they just got to go real quick. So this could be where Luffy loses really badly. Speaking of Scopper, though, the Zoro Sanji discussion and discourse, I don't think it's ever going to end. I think even after the end of this, after the story ends, I think it's still going to be discourse because I don't think it's going to be definitive for everyone. I mean, I think it's clear.
Whoa.
But I don't think everyone would agree. And of course, it continues in this chapter where you had somebody say that, Scopper's one of the wings, and he was probably the third strongest member. And then he goes out of his way to say, no, I was second. And that has led to a ton of disagreements, agreements, discourse, debate, arguments. Do you think Scopper was number 2, Sai?
No, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, it's a gag. Oda's running with it. Like, the whole Zoro and Sanji debate, I never really understood. Even before I hopped into the One Piece community, just watching One Piece by myself, it's like, yeah, it's like Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, but Sanji isn't far behind Zoro. It's not like a bad thing to be number 3. I feel like it was just always right there. And of course, Sanji and Scopper, they always want to be number 2. And then Zoro and Rayleigh, I'm sure they always want to retain the number 2 spot, in that same sense. So I think it's just like fun banter. I think Oda's definitely feeding into the flames, which I think is kind of funny. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a good gag.
The thing is, it's not a Sasuke, Naruto, Sakura thing, right? That's not what's
Yeah.
going on here. Right? It is, I think it's clearly a Luffy ahead of those two, and then Zoro and Sanji right behind him. But I think this is interesting. I think it's funny. And I don't want to automatically assume it's the same way with the Roger Pirates because the dynamic is obviously a bit different. Like where I was saying that those two could be closer to Roger than Luffy, than Sanji and Zoro are to Luffy. But in general, I think that Scopper is number 3 and Rayleigh is number 2. And now people are gonna be like, well, what is Rayleigh shown? Like he doesn't have futures. I already. Listen, this is just the shonen dynamic of things. That's what I'm willing to bet. We haven't even seen Rayleigh use a named attack yet.
That is true.
Oh, it's just been vibes. So
Vibes, stalling, just hanging out, getting captured. Like Rayleigh's hanging out. Like, he's chilling, dude.
It hasn't been this, So, but I do love what Oda's done with Scopper though, because he's legitimized him in a way that I didn't think he could in such a short span of time, considering how much time we've spent with Rayleigh. And of course, Rayleigh's gonna get the edge when it comes to like us and our affinity for him. But for Scopper, I think showing this much, the dialogue, the portrayal, it's elevated him, and I think it's fire. And I think he's going to be elevated even more if he teaches Luffy a new technique. And also at the end of the arc, when they inevitably had to have that conversation about the man scarred by flames or whatever. So I think Oda's done a great job with the character considering the time that we've had so far.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Scopper and Rayleigh, like I like Scopper way more than Rayleigh. Like, Rayleigh was always great for what he was, but, just based on what we've seen here in Elbaf, I really like Scopper's personality. I think it's shown, it shined a lot more.
Than Rayleigh.
Yeah, I mean, Rayleigh, he was a nice mentor, but I just feel like we didn't spend enough time with him. I wish we could have spent more time with him. We saw more of him and Shaki just interacting, hanging out. I feel like we got that from Scopper a good amount. And, I just love seeing the fact that Scopper was fighting the god Knights. He was serious. Like, I kind of wish somebody ran up on Shaki and was about to kill her. And then, boom,
So
Rayleigh gets serious.
Get like a good form of Rayleigh.
Yeah. I'm a fight junkie. I like the fact that Scopper fought. I think it looks great. I loved his, his wife looks really nice,
His wife looks really nice.
Yeah, well, I mean, what can I say, dude? I like Scopper, but he's not number 2. I feel like the shonen narrative is there. He's just number 3.
Yeah. I know people try to justify by saying, well, they're both just wings. And it's like...
That's fair. Like, wings can be nearly identical and equal. Like, it's like right-handed versus left-handed. It's not like your left hand is, like, super weak or anything. No, it's, like, right behind your right hand. Yeah, it's right there, though. That's how I view Scopper.
Somebody gave
Rayleigh.
a good example. It's
and
like
Zoro and Sanji. Yeah, like maybe the areola is just a little bit off-centered on the left one. It's like, that's no big deal. You don't even notice it half the time, right?
Well, like most boobs, like one is bigger than the other.
Yeah, or like one's a little bit like,
Yeah.
sags a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that could be what it is. But it's like
A little bit more
it's not
veiny.
even a little bit, but it's not even
Yeah.
as noticeable unless you look really closely, Then it's like, so it's like a moot point. And
Yeah.
I think personally, there's nobody that Zoro's beaten that Sanji cannot beat. I think so. I think it's a useless conversation, but it's not considering the One Piece community, and this is kind of what it thrives off of. And I know many people be like, "Oh my god, I hate this discourse," but then they still engage. So it's like, do you really hate it? But
Keeps them alive. Keeps the blood
Yeah.
flowing.
Yeah. It's provocative. But with that, we have something interesting.
Oh, God.
We decided, because of Scopper and Ray, let's rank all the Yonko commanders.
We're doing another tier list, guys. I know people loved watching us, tier list the previous characters. So here we go. We got all the Yonko commanders here. All of them. We're not skimping a single one.
Some of them, we don't even know who they are, but we're going to rank them.
We don't know their names, but that's fine.
We don't know their names. That would be interesting. It's like if you can remember who these people are too, like a refresher. You know?
Yeah, or like if we don't know anything, we could just, base it off appearance. Because I think that's important too, right? If you look good, you're probably strong. That's just how it is.
Yeah, we're gonna like assume, and then we're gonna look it up after and be like, oh shit. Like,
yeah.
only thing is, I don't see Scopper and Rayleigh here.
I mean, they'd be at like the top, right? Maybe it's better that they're not here.
In their primes, probably at the top.
Yeah.
I wonder if,
like I said, it's definitely better that they're just missing.
Wait, I think I can add them.
You can add them, yeah.
Yeah, I'll add them real quick, because then that'll be interesting to see how these guys. Because we're gonna assume, are we gonna do prime or old? Prime, right?
I say prime, yeah. We haven't seen prime, but I say we could just
we can upscale a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we can definitely upscale it.
So we'll upscale it, and we'll do prime Scopper and prime Rayleigh. Like I said, I love the excitement around Scopper lately, just because, he was basically like one of those characters. Like, hey, he should be real. We know he exists. He's been mentioned in the story, but
people are getting sick of the theories, man.
Focus. Yeah, I mean, we've been waiting. It's been like, yo, when is Scopper gonna show up? When are we gonna see him? And we finally saw him. So like,
yeah, it got to the point where like I made a Scopper video beforehand, and people were like, Sai, like I would have forgot about Scopper. We're never gonna see that bum. And then he's finally here, and it's like, oh, like the narrative kind of flipped. People love Scopper now.
I think I made a video. Like when we saw that guy walking around, it was like it's obvious that he's here and he's gonna train Luffy.
Yeah.
And that was a Scopper video, and people were like, yo, why are you talking about Scopper? Da, 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 da. I was like, bro, come on, man. Let it play out.
Yeah,
okay.
Nothing's wrong with the guy. Even the Shiki conversation was fine, but, Shiki just felt... Like, I think Shiki was a really good pick, but he felt odd on the island. Because, Elbaf is, like, a good country. Like, there's no way we just have, like, Shiki, the freaking golden lion, just hanging around, right? There's, like, a lurking legend ready to kill everybody.
Yeah, Shiki being around. I mean, that was a possibility, but
it was.
Yeah,
but it needed to like justify. We needed some like facts on that one, right?
Yeah, we need
some things had to like get switched around for Shiki to work. Whereas Scopper, like Pirate King guy, good dude in general, friends with Shanks. Yeah, he could be there. You did it. You added in Prime Scopper and Rayleigh.
Prime Scopper and Rayleigh. Is anybody else we're missing?
I wouldn't say so. This looks pretty all-encompassing.
Zoro,
I see Big Mom,
Sanji.
Kaido.
Is Zoro Sanji here? I don't see that.
Zoro and Sanji, bottom left. Yeah, they're there.
All right, they're there.
Yeah.
This looks like everybody.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. Okay.
Let's do it.
All
right. First up.
Alvida. Definitely
Alvida.
The bottom, right?
Alvida would be in Officer. I don't expect much progression with Alvida. We saw her so far back, and I think Officer, and she's probably gonna be one of the weakest here, if not the weakest here.
Yeah, so. It's not like she exactly trained during the time skip, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of just the same.
Yeah, no, Alvida's definitely out. All right.
Next up.
Who the hell is this guy?
I think his name is Buffalo.
Buffalo from Doflamingo?
No. You're thinking about Baby 5.
There's a Buffalo. It's Buffalo and Baby 5.
Wait, deadass? Really? Shoot, who is this guy then? I know where he's from. No, I can see the scene in my head. It's the Doflamingo introduction at Marineford. Doflamingo controls him, and he starts killing all of his own people. And then that's when Crocodile shows up, and he kind of like sends this guy flying. Because, Doflamingo's like, hey, Crocodile, you want to work for me? And Crocodile's like, no way, go to hell. And then this guy's just there, chilling the entire time, being controlled by Doflamingo.
I remember Jozu being there in that scene, too. I don't remember this guy at all. But we're going to put him behind Alvida, I guess.
Behind Yeah, behind Alvida, yeah.
Yeah, put him behind
No
Alvida,
devil fruit, yeah.
Yeah, we put it behind Alvida. It's I don't know. We'll get his name at some point. All right. Next one.
Ooh.
Valo Pizarro. Island
Commander?
fruit. Definitely in Commander. I guess we'll get some more of where we kind of slot him in. I think when we talk about Avalo Pizarro, it's tough because he has the island fruit.
Yeah.
Right? I think he has pretty good endurance. Because he took a bunch of hits from Garp, took hits from Kobe, and he was still like relatively okay.
I mean, that is
You know?
the strength of a level 6 impel down prisoner right there, right?
And we thought he was a Zoan for the longest, obviously, based on his appearance. But
And the whole cat thing, because he does the nyan and nyan. Yeah, he's got a silly laugh.
What about, wouldn't it be crazy if like all the Black Bay pirates end up having 2 devil fruits?
I don't think it would be insane since their captain showed it off first.
Yeah.
And plus, like, you know, I'll die on the hill, but, you know, I love these bums, but they don't exactly impress me yet. And I expect these guys to be like the Straw Hats' final opponent. So it's like, yeah, I think they need another buff to be like end of story Straw Hat level. So I would love it if they got 2 devil fruits. I think that'd be perfect for them. And hell, awaken them too. 2 devil fruits, awaken them. Yeah, Avalo Pizarro and them, they're going to be cracked. But right now, they're just they're commanders.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
they're all right.
commanders.
They're all right. Nothing special.
All right.
Ooh.
Basil Hawkins.
Ooh.
Now, he's a tough one because I think he has obviously commander potential. And funny enough, I think he'd be, it's a Yonko. Like he'd be Kid's 3rd, Law's 2nd. But would he be, does he scale to Yonko commanders? I don't think he gets there.
Here's
based
the thing.
on what we've seen.
If he was on the Straw Hat crew, he'd be like behind Jinbei, maybe even behind Robin, right? Maybe even behind Frankie. Like, I don't.
Whoa.
Dude, Hawkins,
That's a little
he's
crazy.
so ass.
That's
man.
a little crazy.
See,
behind Frank. Okay,
dude, I was
think he's-
scarred by Hawkins. I love this dude when he was first introduced. 200 flat rate bounty. I was like, yo, this guy is kind of fired. Cool design, cool gimmick. The Scarecrow's awesome. I don't even know what kind of devil fruit that is. And then he shows up in Wano, and the guy's a loser. He lost
Well,
multiple times, man.
He's a loser after Act 1. Act 1, he was pretty damn good.
Yeah,
Fought
Act
Zoro
1,
and
he was
Luffy,
collecting tax for like
right?
2 chapters.
He fought Zoro and Luffy by himself in Act 1, right? He made Law run away when Law was trying to save Luffy. Act 1 Hawkins was him, bro.
But here's the thing. Me and you could probably beat Hawkins in a 1v1. Like,
Whoa.
here's the thing. His whole gimmick is getting lives stored within him, but those lives have no durability. He literally gets hit with the most basic attack, and then a doll falls out of him, and he's like, oh, I lost 1 life. It's like, brother, he could get tickled and dolls would fall out of him. Like, it's so bad. Like, what's the point of having all those lives if they amount to nothing?
I think
so
what
silly.
Oda's done with Hawkins is that he's made the lives much less durable to make it make sense. Because if each life was an actual life, he'd be impossible.
Yeah, dude, put like 10 Avalo Pizarros inside of him, then we're talking. Then we're talking.
So I think for me, Hawkins is definitely a high officer. I am not okay putting him on commander because I don't think he can beat anybody who's a commander right now. Or like,
No
let's say
way.
a top 3.
I mean, is he even alive right now?
Also, with commanders, interesting because, for instance, the Straw Hats. Like, commander stops at what? Jinbei?
Yeah, Jinbei.
Then after that, they're just high officers.
Yeah.
Right? So with Avalo, is he commander or is he high officer?
See, here's the thing, right? It's hard to really compare right now because only 4 people are on the board. But I feel like once we get to the Straw Hats, you know, characters we're more comfortable with, we spend time with them, then we can start doing those comparisons. But right now, we're kind of just shooting in the dark. But
Yeah.
I'm definitely
Also,
solid with Avalo over Hawkins.
Also, you don't have to have the commander title to be in commander, because
Yeah.
if he's shown a level of ability on that,
I
up
mean,
there, then you can be there. So
we could even like rename these tiers, right? Like S, A, B, C, and D.
I mean, we can, but I mean, I think it's fine. I
Yeah,
think
it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. It's just around a general level, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got Hawkins and High Officer. Now, this should be pretty easy. Ben Beckman. I know he thrives off hype. The funny part is, like, I think Ben Beckman has had like the dragon route in One Piece, where it's a lot of hype, a lot of comparisons, but really never see anything. The only thing, though, we have a legitimate feat from Ben Beckman, but I don't know if it's a feat.
What do you do?
Considering the opponent.
The Kizaru
taking
thing?
Kid's arm. Yeah.
Oh, Kid's arm. Yeah.
Yeah. Kids. I mean, back then it was Kizaru. That was the only thing. It was like Kizaru put his arms up, but now it's like he took Kid's arm, but that was basically pre time skip, where most commanders doing that to any of the supernova. But either way, Ben Beckman. Funny enough, I mean, some people have him as Yonko caliber.
They do. Yeah. People say he's right behind Shanks.
Yeah, people view him the way they view like Ray and Scopper. Well, what say you?
I just feel like a captain has to stand head and shoulders above their first mate. I see why people say that Ben Beckman is right behind Shanks. The things they usually point to are, I think there's like a Vivry card saying, Shanks is the sun, Ben Beckman's the moon. And then another SBS said, oh, yeah, the Red Earth Pirates, they're a very balanced crew. So people use those two lines to spin the narrative that Ben Beckman should be like equal to Shanks, if not like, right behind him. I mean, it's hard. We have nothing. So I would just play it safe. I'd say he's well behind Shanks.
At the top of first mate?
Yeah, top of first mate behind Shanks.
Okay.
I think that's very safe. Yeah.
Black Maria. No,
above Hawkins.
No bias here, Sai. No bias here.
Above Hawkins. I mean, Black Maria would pulverize it. Bro, what would Hawkins do?
Is she?
Think about the matchup too, right? Like Black Maria can set things on fire. Hawkins is made out of straw. Hawkins is done. The 1v1 matchup would be so over.
I mean, I know you got your Black Maria biases. Her over Hawkins is interesting. Just because all she does is like get bigger and punch, right? Like
she has the Wanyudo as well, like the fire wheel. And she could like spit miasma as well. She has like silly string that comes out of her punani. Like she's got a lot in her bag, dude.
Silly string that comes.
Yeah, she shoots webs is what I was trying to say. But yeah, no, I think Black Maria has so much more versatility than Hawkins.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And then you gotta imagine, like Hawkins, he's playing Yu-Gi-Oh, right? He doesn't always draw other cards he necessarily wants. So it's like, like if Hawkins has a bad day, he could lose to anybody.
I think the tough part of Black Maria is, okay, of course she was a Tobi Roppo, which really, that's more of a detriment than anything in these days. And lost to Robin. At this point, are you a high officer?
Dude, okay, wait. Robin is not anything to scoff at. And here, if we're gonna throw out titles, right? You said Tobi Roppo, Black Maria. Hawkins was a headliner. He didn't even hit Tobi Roppo level like Drake.
Well, he was new though. Isn't he newer? Because Drake went like right at the time skip. Hawkins went like right after meeting Kaido, right? That time, the betrayal. So he went like technically after. But I think Hawkins is stronger than,
I don't know, dude.
Sasaki.
Okay, I will say that Black Maria is stronger than Hawkins, but Hawkins, I'll put him over Sasaki.
Okay. Chat, we'll put Black Maria over Hawkins now, but chat, let us know.
Are we wrong? Am I wrong, I guess? Yeah.
Let us know Si's wrong about Black Mirror being stronger than Hawkins. Maybe I'm overrating Hawkins. Maybe I'm living through Act 1, man. Maybe I'm still there. But
we don't even know
I
if he's
guess-
alive, Brago.
he's probably alive.
I think he's alive because he's a supernova, but the whole like 1%, I'm the 1%, and then he just passes out. It's like, bro, what?
Man, that's so raw.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's not.
It was so silly.
The 1% man was me.
I'm the guy that was probably not gonna live today.
Then why
then
did you leave, bro?
He just falls down. I mean, it was his pride. He didn't want to betray Kaido. He's like, I've already betrayed too many people. I'm tired.
That's
of it.
insane. Can you imagine
It's
stealing
silly.
and be like, well, I've already stolen enough. Enough stealing. You're a thief. It's not going to change. All right. Next guy. Funny enough, I know his name off of his face. And I don't know why, but I just always remember him. You know what this is.
Yes, I do. His name is Blamenko.
Blamenko. Why do we know who
Yes.
Blamenko is?
Because he has the pocket no Mi, which is
Yes.
the devil fruit that Oda said he would give Usopp if he had to.
Blamenko. I think, is Blamenko the most famous nobody out there?
The most famous nobody.
We're like legitimately off of his face. I know him, and he's really nobody.
Before Wano, you could say Izo.
But Izo's a
Before
commander of the White Bear Pirates, though, so that's like a little different.
Wait,
Izo,
Blamenko's just an ally, right? Yeah.
no, he's a commander too.
Oh, okay. Is he?
But like,
Yeah, 6th division. Ooh, yeah, 6, bro. Oh, that's high up there. I mean, dude, multiply that by 3, that's ace.
well, okay, let's see. Where do you put
He's
Blamenko?
5 spots away from Whitebeard and Marco.
He's 5 spots away from being the captain of the White Bear Pirates. Don't sleep on Blamenko. Blamenko's really strong.
That's funny.
He has a pocket no me. And he was beating up a bunch of Marines in Marine
Yeah, but
4.
like fodder though, right?
Yeah. I'm willing to put him. I mean, he's a commander. 6th division. Of course, White Bear Pirates. Of course, the White Bear Pirates is not strength based. Blah, 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 blah. But stronger than Black Maria for sure.
No, stop. No, we're not. Okay, Blamenko goes an officer level. He's such
Officer.
fodder. Blamenko? Brother, we have one panel of the guy whipping out a hammer, hitting nobodies, and that's it. The other panel, mind you, is him swimming in darkness because they lost to Blackbeard. Blamenko is not higher than Black Maria. He's not higher than Hawkins. Blamenko is ass. We're never gonna see this guy again. You know how? Okay, we talked about how people are like, it's not Scopper. Like Scopper is not gonna show up. That's how I feel about Blamenko. Blamenko will just
How
not
do
show
you
up
know
again in the
Blamenko-
rest of the series, bro. He's not gonna be there.
How you know he's not the man marked by flames? I think it's really early ruling out. First of all, Blamenko is a division commander. Black Maria isn't that. Hawkins isn't that. For the Whitebeard Pirates.
Whitebeard is very much like I guess he's kind of like Shanks in a way, right? Just recruiting a bunch of losers for allies. I think Blamenko falls in the loser category. You could put him at the top of Officer Brago, but
The top
there's
of
no,
officer? You
there's
put the commander at the top
way.
of officer?
No
he's
way.
at
He's
least
high officer.
He's at least a high.
No,
bro, he's a
he
6.
isn't, bro.
He's 6 places away from being a captain. Of course, he's a high officer.
Dude,
Like, okay,
if I walk into Whitebeard's ship and I see Blamenko, I would drop that line. I'd say, they're just letting anybody in here, huh?
That's
and
crazy.
I go to the next crew.
That's
out,
crazy.
dude.
That is crazy. Because even if you scale it out, right, where you're like, let's say, all right, we have King is first, Queen is second, Jack is third. Let's say Yamato is fourth, 5th is Alti, 6th would be Who's Who. He's still higher in rank than Black Maria and Hawkins.
No, I don't think so, man. I do not put any respect on Blamenco until we see more. You know, somebody's gonna come back like 10 years later. It's like, oh, sorry, look, Blamenco took out Green Bull. It's like, okay, whoa. We didn't have that at the time, right? But as of right now, 2025, Blamenco is ass, bro. Like, I'm looking at his design here on the side.
Wow, so that's what it is.
He has a
Sai
picture.
hates fat
Dude,
people.
No, he's like a bad timeline Lucky Roo. Look at him.
I'm scared of him. I think, guys. All right, we're gonna put Blamenco at the top of High Officer. And guys, let us know.
No.
Let us know if Sai is wrong, if I'm wrong here,
Dude.
because I think there's no chance that Black Maria is stronger than Blamenco.
Didn't he get like whooped by the pacifista or something?
I don't think that's what happened. No.
I don't know,
No.
man.
Because Blamenco, he was running through the guys. Nobody did anything to him really.
Because nobody wanted to fight him. Nobody wanted to be near him.
Because he's a problem. I think if you're built like that with the confidence of Blamenco, he should be feared.
Dude, he has the pocket on me. The only thing he's ever whipped out was a hammer. Let that sink in. Any weapon in the world could be in there. He whipped out a hammer. Are you joking?
But the hammer was twice his size. How heavy is this hammer? I'm going to bet this hammer was heavier than Mach Weiss.
I mean, you could make the argument that hammer weighs like 1 pound and it's like Usopp's hammer. Like, I mean, we could play this game all day.
Whoa,
maybe it's a fake hammer.
Let me ask you something. You think Usopp's stronger than Blamenco? That's a thought? Oh my God. How low do you think of Blamenco?
Dude, you put Blamenco and Usopp in a ring, man. Like on a good day. Okay, how about this? Usopp with 1 day of prep. I have him over Blamenco. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even like Usopp that much. I think Usopp will cook him. Usopp's gonna cook this guy and take his devil fruit.
1 day of prep, probably.
1 day of prep, Usopp. Don't sleep on that, man. That's, prep is it's like the Batman thing, right? Oh, who wins, Batman or Superman? Give Batman 10 minutes and he'll win.
So you think you have Water 7 Luffy over Blamenco?
Oh, okay. Well, not Water. So, current day, right? Current day.
Wait,
current
you
day
have
Usopp.
Water 7? Does Water 7 Luffy beat current day Usopp?
Yes. It wouldn't be easy, but I think he could do it. Usopp with the pop greens is no joke. I think pre-time skip Luffy would struggle a little bit, but
he ultimately wins.
Yeah, he'd ultimately win. When it comes to Blamenco, I just can't. Like, I can't see him winning any fight. Like, not even against like Smoker. Blamenco versus Smoker. Smoker would destroy this guy.
Smoker's fighting vice admirals. I don't know about.
I feel like I think he's a one-shot candidate by Ben Beckman too. Like,
yeah, but most people around that range is right. Like, because Ben Beckman people are saying he could be a Yonko caliber fighter. That's like, and if we go down to like High Officer, Black Maria is not lasting against any of the first mates, much less the first mates in that middling tier where
That's
I'm like,
fair.
damn, should we have like an in between the first mate and Yonko?
Nah, let's just go with this for now until it gets too crowded.
All right, so we'll see what the chat says about Blamenco.
That's
Sai
crazy.
Apparently hates him because he's fat. Now we have this guy, Metal Mouth Jozu. Who is this?
He's another division commander. I don't know his name, but he is the guy that had 2 rocket launchers, I believe.
So the guy that you're talking about, this guy is Atmos. He is a 13th division commander for the Whitebeard Pirates.
Okay. 13th is a bad number. Really? Out of all the numbers, you became 13th?
He's 13th. This guy is Blenheim.
The
He
9th.
is 9th division. So
He doesn't have cannons, like I said. I misremembered that. Who is this guy?
this
Oh,
guy
he's
is
a swordsman.
Blenheim. He's a swordsman. He has like the
Huh.
the Chinese ponytail.
Yeah, he's got the Chinese Feng Shi ponytail.
Yeah.
He's got like the same sword as Roger.
That's
Same
crazy
style
to say.
sword.
Yeah, the crazy part is that he's been around. He was there when Whitebeard met Shiki.
Yeah.
So this guy, I'm going to give Blenheim the benefit of the doubt.
Stop.
I'm putting him
No.
over Alvida.
Okay.
I'm putting
Whew.
that guy over Atmos over Alvida too.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
At least you didn't put them in high officer. I think that would just be
No,
a
they're
crime
not
to
high
humanity.
officers.
Oh,
They're
thank
not high
God.
officers. They're like officers. I mean, technically, if they're commanders, they're high officers just off the strength, though.
Yeah,
Because
but
they
I mean,
have like a fleet that they command. They're a high officer.
okay, but these titles don't mean much. We're really just scaling based on tiers here.
He has a metal jaw, bro. Like, and his name was Blenheim.
Huh. Yeah, apparently in real life there's a Battle of Blenheim. So he's probably named after that. I'm looking at it right
He's
now.
based off of a battle. Come on.
Oh, he has an epithet.
I think he's definitely high officer.
Blenheim of the Cutlass. So he represents that sword. That a cutlass, that's the same type of blade Roger has. I'm not even joking. Like,
Yeah.
My God.
It is.
do you think this guy would
But
clash with
that's-
Roger back in the day? Maybe.
That's a crazy thing to say, though, because like that's so misleading. Like he has the same cutlass as Roger.
It resembles Shanks's griffin.
I think I'm cool with Blenheim here.
He's on the
I'm
same
okay
crew as Whitebeard.
I'm okay with officer, but I think he probably should be high officer. But Sai, for whatever reason, hates the Whitebeard pirates.
I don't respect a lot. I'll be honest. Even during Marineford, as a kid when I was reading this, I still did not like these guys. Like I saw some of them, I said,
I don't remember a lot of them, to be honest.
Yeah, Vista's
like I was just
okay.
focused on like the guys
Marco's,
that we know.
eh.
You know.
Yeah,
All right.
no impact.
Here we have it. Bunk Punch.
Bunk punch.
And I feel like with him, he's automatically a high officer, right? Because he's a high-ranking officer in Shanks' crew. Do we put him in commander, though?
I'm gonna be honest. I highly value the red-haired crew. I would put him above Avalo Pizarro.
Above Avalo Pizarro.
Easy. I don't even have to think about it that hard, to be honest. Like, the red-haired crew tax goes hard. We saw what he was able to do in Film Red. Like, I think he's pretty powerful, man.
What was Bonk Punch's matchup? Do you remember when they did the Marineford thing?
That's a good question. Let me see. One Piece
I think it
Shanks
was Avalo.
versus Blackbeard. Matchup
I think
manga.
It might have been Avalo.
Huh. I don't know who it was. I'm trying to look it up. I can. Oh, here it is. Bonk Punch versus Katarina Devon.
Ooh, okay. So I'd put him above Avalo. I think Katarina's stronger than Avalo.
Wait, what
No?
the hell? Wait, no way they did that.
Wow.
They counted. Oh no, okay, never mind. I thought they counted the monkey separately. No.
But
I was
Monster's
about to
here
say-
separately, by the way.
Yeah. Wait, no way, is Monster here? Where is he? I don't see Monster.
No, he's not.
I was about to say, like, how do you scale Monster away from Bonk Punch?
Wait. No, he is. Look.
Where? Oh my God! Yeah, it's Monster. I feel like they're a combo. It's like scaling Nami, but saying, oh, but Zeus is separate. It's like
Zeus.
no. They're together.
He's at least an officer, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I put Bonk Punch over Avalo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easy.
Because I think he's okay. Is he one of the higher? I mean, with Shanks' crew, it's insanely balanced. So it's like each member is going to have like maybe a bit higher than the average Yonko guy. Someone to put him in commander. But my thing is like, how do you scale the Shanks, the red hair pirates? Because everybody is not going to be like high. So we got to
Yeah.
like rate Bonk Punch easy over Lime Juice, easy over Hongo, Building Snake.
We got to go with vibes
Um,
at that point, right?
So vibes, Bonk Punch feels like he's behind Hongo. I don't know. Just
I
all
agree.
vibes. He might be like one of the lower end guys, or he might be the in between, like the Frankie, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm okay with him here. Now,
Wow, the One Piece card game gave Bonk Punch a bounty of over 1 billion. Damn.
Oh,
Damn. It's kind of crazy, huh? Bonk Punch over 1 billion berries. It's an unknown number, but it's over 1 billion.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
All
not
right.
canon, but it's there. It's there.
Brook, whose face looks like it's floating because, yeah.
It's just his afro's blending in. I have him higher than Blamenko.
I agree, but he's high officer.
Yeah, he's not going to hit the commander level, at least not right now. But
not right now.
He's
definitely
definitely
high officer.
stronger than Blamenko.
I don't know, but he's definitely high officer. Sai, admittedly, he hates the Whitebeard Pirates, but I'd say I put Brook over Blamenko.
If you think Brook would lose to Blamenko, you've got to be just off the rocker, man. Like, there's no way.
I mean, when I look at it, right, like what Big Mom Pirates per se,
Yeah.
we have Cat, Smoothie, Cracker, Perospero. So Perospero is the fourth officer, right? Well, yeah, because I put
It's
him
not
over
really
Snack
counted,
and
but
stuff.
yeah.
Just technically, he'd be the fourth guy, and he beat Brook and Chopper pretty easily. So I don't know.
I think
But that's
Perospero would
Perospero,
whoop.
though.
He would blame Blamenko too.
He would.
I think Perospero could whoop all the high officers like in tandem. Like Perospero's he's no joke, man.
I don't know if he's been whooping Vista. Vista's fourth, right? I don't think he's whooping Vista.
No. I mean, high officers like Brooke, Blamenko, Blackberry, and Hawkins. Yeah. Those guys.
So there's like, so far looking at this, it's like a cliff after 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Right? Like after 4, then you fall into like this high officer range. Because after 4 on the Straw Hats, that's when you go to like Frankie and Robin. You know? So if you look at it that way, then yeah, I generally agree with this. But then if you're looking at it that way as well, the Blackbeard Pirates, is there going to be a cliff? Because right now we have no idea. It's the same thing for the Red Hair Pirates. We have no idea what that cliff is. But I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
Either way, we have a Yonko. Are we just going to throw him in Yonko, or are we going to...
For the
Come on, put some
vibes, I say leave him up there.
Yeah, put some respect.
Yeah.
Put some respect on Buggy, man. He's him. That's all we have to say.
He's going to do something. He's going to do something crazy. Just watch.
Just wait. Building Snake.
I have him above Bonk Punch.
Above Bonk Punch. Jesus Christ, Sai.
He looks cool, man. Building Snake. What a dope ass name. He's also a navigator. I got a lot of respect for this guy.
He's a senior officer. He grew up since 12 years ago. I don't know. I really don't know. It's hard to put him over Bonk because Bonk has a monkey in his mouth. And
You could say that Bonk Punch is getting carried by the monkey, though.
but Building Snake, he does have a cool design.
Building Snake apparently uses a swordsmanship style called juggling two-sword style.
Yeah, he's definitely behind Bonk Punch.
What? No, that you put him up. What are you talking about? He's like the Kabaji of the crew.
Yeah, he's like the clown.
He's a dual-wielding swordsman, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, if the Whitebeard Pirates fought the Red Hair Pirates, Building Snake is the guy that fight Vista. 1,000%. Vista, we need you! It's Building Snake!
Over Hongo? I don't know.
Dude, okay, you know what? Since you're letting it rip, I got Hongo in the bottom of the Commanders.
What's up with Hongo? Wait. Hongo had like, well, Hongo's the doctor.
Wait, which one is Hongo? The one with the red glasses and the bandana?
No, that's the one with the ponytail, the blonde guy.
Wait, which one is
Maybe I'm
Hongo?
overrating Hongo.
Hongo's the guy that tossed Shanks the newspaper, right?
The blonde one, yeah. Wait, is that lime? That's lime juice. Lime
that's
juice is
lime
the blonde
juice.
one with the.
So- Who the hell is
you're
Hongo?
right.
Wait a minute.
You're right. Hongo. It might be Bill and State. Hongo might be one of the weaker ones because he's the doctor.
Yeah.
Are we underrating doctors?
Is Hongo even on this list? I'm looking for him. I don't see him anywhere. Not even the tier list maker put Hongo on here.
He's here.
Oh, is that Hongo?
I believe this is Hongo.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. That's Hongo.
Yeah.
I almost didn't notice him, right? Because he's sandwiched in between a nobody and lime juice.
Whoa. You don't know who this is?
I know what he has, but I don't know his name.
Oh my gosh. You just hate the white bit pirates, huh?
He's got like the chomp chain out of Mario. I remember that.
He's been with the white bit pirates since the beginning.
Okay, you're looking this up on the side.
No!
If you were not looking this up, you would not know either.
I promise I've always known who he was.
What's his name?
Rockio.
No shot. Let me look this up. Rockio, 7th Division. Oh my god, dude! Why do you know these losers, man? Why do you know these losers?
Bro, he was back there when Whitebeard pulled up on Odin.
The only cool thing about him, and I still think about it, it's like Mario. He literally brings his chain to life. The ball that's on the chain.
Yeah, bro, he's been there for a while, man.
We don't even know why he does that or how he does that.
I don't know, but like all I know, he's been there for a while. He's one of those guys.
I love how the wiki says it is unknown if his weapon is eating a devil fruit or if it's a mechanical device that allows it to move. It's just the
like
guy's
a
a
remote
mystery.
control. All right,
Yeah,
since we're on
imagine.
Rockio, I think I'll put him in high officer. I'm not putting him over Brooke, but I'll put him over Flamenco. Wait, hold on.
You're joking.
Let me think about this.
You're so.
Let me
Dude,
think about this.
you're pulling my leg, bro. There's no way you have Rockio that high. You're scaling the Whitebeard Pirates, who, I mean, I guess it's like the Rayleigh Scopper thing, right? Like we've seen more.
30 years
Scopper,
ago, he was
but
there
we think
fighting against the
Rayleigh's
Roger
stronger.
Pirates and Whitebeard.
Who's to say after those 30 years he has not trained a day in his life?
Bro, he left
let himself
left them
go.
to start his own crew.
Just because he has a crew doesn't mean he's strong.
In New World?
Yeah, in the New World, there's so many pirates that are just not strong despite being captains. Brownbeard.
Hey, don't sleep on Brownbeard, okay? Brownbeard is like
He should have joined the crew.
He'd be right after Jinbei. No.
Dude, honestly, I was really sad when Brownbeard did not join the crew when Luffy invited him. Like, if Brownbeard joined the Straw Hats, somebody needs to make a what if. Where would Brownbeard be ranked? Because he would get, like, the arc power-ups with the Straw Hats. Like, would Brownbeard... I mean,
right after Frankie, behind Frankie.
Right after...
Behind Frankie and Robin.
I think he might be above, dude.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I mean, Brownbeard, he already had hockey, too. Like, he was already, he's
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
a, insurance plan that comes with all the benefits. Like, I mean, my God.
Dang, he might be ahead of him.
Yeah, Brownbeard. His name is Chadros
Chadros
Higglegis.
Egaliglisk.
What's his bounty? What is that, 80 million? It's not bad.
It's not bad, but like with a straw hat bump, he's definitely like 5.
Oh, he has not shown hockey, but I like to imagine he has it. Brownbeard, he looks like a character that would have like maybe even Conqueror's hockey on a good day.
They said Brownbeard can easily be seen as superhuman since he survived getting shot point blank multiple times by Scotch's massive gun, and even being blown away by Caesar's attack afterwards that was powerful enough to eradicate the remains of the lab they were all in. He was even able to move after all these ordeals without showing any signs of strain.
He even has a
after
unique
Caesar
laugh.
injected him with a muscle relaxant.
Dude, Brownbeard's kind of crazy, man. You know, I will say this. I think Brownbeard would show up in the final war, and Blamenko probably wouldn't.
He said he has some tactical intelligence. After observing Luffy deflecting his troops' cannon shots, he deduced that Luffy's a devil fruit user and that his men could kill him by aiming at the water near Luffy's boat to capsize it.
No! Brownbeard and his crew were defeated by Basil Hawkins during the time skip. And Basil Hawkins cut off Brownbeard's legs.
Yeah. I mean, bro, you sleep on Hawkins. You sleep on Hawkins heavy.
No, that must mean that Brownbeard is weak. I mean,
you just sleep on Hawkins heavy, bro.
Dude. You know, Hawkins must have sneaked him a little bit, you know, over
not
here
many
pulling
people
out
thought
cards.
Hawkins is like Rob Lucci.
All right, so the next person we're scaling is Kabaji, right?
Kabaji, where do you have him?
He's definitely higher than Atmos, for sure.
What? Kabaji?
Post time skip Kabaji, yeah.
I'll put him at Atmos, above Atmos, behind Blenheim.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
we just need some, like, you know, circus teamwork acrobatic buffet. Like, we got to put some respect on that attack, dude.
Started to see why you like Building Snake as well, and juggling.
It's cool. Who doesn't like a circus, man?
Katarina Devon. I'm gonna put her on the highest list here.
Really?
I just like her vibe. I think she has an incredible devil fruit.
This is like me gassing up Black Maria, but you're gassing it up for Katarina Devon.
Whoa. This is a completely different beast than Black Maria. She's not carried by her looks, okay?
If you had to pick a character off of looks, though, I mean, Black Maria would win, you know? Just Katarina Devon wouldn't.
Yeah, she wouldn't, but I think she'd beat her ass, though.
I agree. Katarina's strong. I put respect on it. Yeah.
I got Katarina over these guys. I'm sorry.
Sure. Yeah, I can sleep with that.
Yeah. I think Katarina's a monster.
Why
next.
is Amande here?
Well, Amand, she'd be an officer. Well, technically with the scale of the Big Mom Pirates, she's a high officer. Technically. Considering how many pirates they have, and she's one of the higher ones. But I don't know. How high would you put Amand?
I mean, I think she's decently powerful. I'd put her like above Blenheim, that's for sure.
I agree, because she's the Minister of Nuts. Right?
Yeah.
So she's a high officer. She said, well, Niji and Yanji called her a heavyweight of the Big Mom Pirates.
Ooh.
And she has a Mato as well.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
She wields an Odaichi called Shirao. So she's definitely a high officer. And I think she's up there with the likes of Brooke.
Damn, you're putting her all the way up there.
Yeah, and she's part of the second set of sororal quadruplets.
So she would beat, I mean, Whitebeard Commanders aside, she'd beat Black Maria and Hawkins?
For sure. Whoa. Okay.
What's her bounty?
I think Hawkins is starting, when I look at the people we're putting over Hawkins, he's starting to get heavily underrated. Like, heavily.
It's because you have the Whitebeard Commanders up there.
No, bro. It's because you have... Bro, Brooke is not beating Hawkins.
I don't...
You are underrating Hawkins.
I don't think Brooke is beating... Can we put Brooke down a little bit? can we bring him down a peg? Let's put him at the bottom of High Officer, actually. Yeah, bring him down.
But Brooke losing to Blamenko, or do we put Blamenko behind Hawkins?
I promise you, Brago, I'm not even thinking about Blamenko and that loser right beside him. Those guys do not matter. They're just filler, man. They're just filler.
Wait. Okay, we got to think about this, because I think Ahmad is definitely high officer, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if she's stronger than Black Maria. I think she's around Black Maria. But I think Hawkins is over both.
Oh,
and
that's
honestly,
crazy.
this is how I see it. I know you love Black Maria, but like, you know what? Let's split the difference.
You gotta imagine, like, Brooke and Robin were fighting Black Maria for a minute, and then it became a 1v1. Like, Black Maria is not a slouch, man. I think just because she's pretty, you like hold it against her.
So you think Black Maria is stronger than Brooke?
I think it would be like a 10-day extreme diff battle or something.
Because Brooke wasn't Brooke just like supporting Robin?
He was just Brooke was fighting Black Maria's underlings.
Right.
They didn't like interact too much. I mean,
yeah.
If you say Brooke is stronger, I'm not gonna like complain too much. That's fair. I mean, Brooke of today, right? Like Elbath, like yeah, I bet he got a couple of buffs. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, but I don't think he's stronger than Hawkins. So like, finally, Sai's putting some respect on Hawkins' name. Whew.
He's still a loser,
Right.
but
and then I'll put
sure.
Flamenco at the end. That's fine. I'll put Flamenco there.
Compromise.
The sixth division commander somehow. All right. Cracker, my boy Cracker. I think Cracker gets a bad rap considering how he lost, but people call it a one shot, but they were fighting for 11 hours. And Luffy had support. And this is against Luffy in Whole Cake Island. Cracker is really, really powerful. I'm willing to put Cracker above everybody here.
I'm down with that. No, I like that.
I think he's really, really strong.
Wait. Everybody here, as in the commanders. Oh, wait.
The commander's so far.
That now I feel like he's too high.
Because I mean, these guys, like, none of these guys are top 3, right? On the crew. Cracker was top 3 on Big Mom's crew of the commanders. We feel like, unless you feel like Katarina is top 3.
I think Katarina's like top 4.
Right. And so, yeah, I can't put Bonk and Building Snake over Cracker.
I would put Cracker like dead in the middle, like in between Bonk and Building Snake.
Why do you like these guys so much? Jesus Christ.
They're cool, man.
They're like 5th and 6th. Like you have Ben Beckman, Lucky Roo, Yasop.
Okay, think about it like this. So right now, number 1 is Ben Beckman on our list currently. Number 2 is Cracker. That just doesn't sound right.
We got more to go. Well, okay, let's see where it ends up, and we could possibly move Cracker up or down.
Okay.
Daifuku, definitely high officer. I mean, Daifuku, I think, is definitely stronger than Brooke.
Yeah, I put him up. I mean, I think, dude, Hawkins is getting cooked, man. I mean, like I said, dude, Hawkins ain't winning anything, man. Like, I think Hawkins would probably go like extreme diff against all of Buggy's crew.
What? No way.
Dude, wait.
That's crazy.
Dude, you throw like Kabaji, Moji, and Alvida in the same ring with Hawkins. I think Hawkins is done, man.
They get packed so badly.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm just messing with Hawkins now.
I'm okay with this
Daifuku. No, Daifuku over Hawkins though. I mean, come on, let's be real. Daifuku was over here fighting Sanji like high diff almost.
Hawkins is fighting Luffy and Zoro and Law.
Okay, but Luffy and Zoro were protecting a little girl. They were also trying not to cause a ruckus. They didn't want to fight Hawkins. They were just...
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fight Hawkins either.
Luffy,
That's a problem.
eyes closed, moving around the nails. Zoro, one hand just... Hawkins was not that... Like, he looked good, but it wasn't as impressive as you think. I feel like you're hyping him up too much.
Put in the comment section, does Sai hate Hawkins? Just let us know.
I like Hawkins. He's a great character. He's just weak, man. It's like Buggy. Right? I love Buggy. Just he's weak, man. It's just... Okay, what are you doing with Katakuri up there? Katakuri over Ben Beckman, huh? Yonko here.
All right. If he had a fedora, I'd put him in Yonko. But like, all right, first mate.
That's
no way
crazy.
I can put him over
Why
Ben
do you
Beckman.
love the Big Mom Pirates so much?
Bro, they're cool. They're different. They're like, there's so many unique characters on the Big Mom Pirates. Like, so many different personalities, so many different colors. Big Mom Pirates is just like fun, man.
I like them. Yeah, no, I agree. I
It's
like
a lot
that they're
of
all
fun.
family too, right?
They're all family. There's so
Yeah,
many
it
of
feels
them.
good.
The designs are like so distinctly different. And, you know, they all kind of follow their own thing. I mean, obviously it's following Big Mom, but they like have their own like way of doing things. So I like the Big Mom Pirates. Speaking of
Big Mom, number
Big
one.
Mamuno.
Yeah, she's up there.
Just gonna throw her in Yonko because she's a big,
Yeah,
strong lady.
no debate.
Opera.
I think he's above Blamenco. Honestly, dude, have you seen the theory that Blamenco is just Charlotte Opera?
I have not seen that theory. But
They
Opera.
they look identical, man.
He's a minister of whipped cream. So
He has the cream no me.
I don't know what to do with Opera. I know he had like his cream was really hot and he could burn flesh if you touched his whipped cream.
He's definitely above Blamenco for sure.
What?
Easily.
Wait, what do you have against the 6th Division Command of the Whitebeard Pirates?
Dude, Blamenco is a cream man. Blamenco is a pocket hole man. Opera is a
Okay.
cream man. Opera would fill those holes, brother. Like,
Or he could just like
Opera
use a
wins.
pocket dimension and put the cream somewhere.
he puts the cream inside of his body and just disappears. Like, no. And then Opera, like, does he? Let me see. Does Opera have hockey?
I'm
Let me
putting
see.
Opera at the top of officer for sure, but I don't think
No way.
Opera's a high officer. Opera's just like a decent minister.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, I can't put Opera. like, as a
Opera
high
also
officer.
uses a crossbow.
Whoa. Woohoo! He's Margaret.
Don't sleep on
Let's
Opera,
go to our
man.
boy Oven.
Um,
Oven is interesting. I like Oven a lot. he's
bottom
high
commander.
officer. Bottom of a commander?
No. I was just.
Oh.
I thought that's where you were putting him. Yeah, high
No.
officer's fine. Yeah,
High officer for sure. I
another
think he
character that can
was-
beat Hawkins easily. Yeah,
I'm not saying easily.
Oven
Not
was
easily at all.
crazy. Oven was like
He
one
was-
of the
he
few
was
characters
cracked.
they brought into film Red. Even right?
Yeah, he's cracked.
They brought his ass into
Um,
film Red. Why was he even there, man?
Because these categories.
Like his number 2, essentially. I mean, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that too. Yeah.
Pedospero, he's in commander.
Yeah, I think bottom of commander. That's
Yeah, he's in
that's fair.
commander.
Yeah, bottom.
Yeah, of course, like as other people come in, he'll slide down, but he's in commander. Smoothie.
Probably below Black Maria.
Yeah, because she's number 2. Below.
No.
Whoa, wait, what? Below Black Maria?
I'm kidding. Dude,
I'm
Smoothie
putting-
hasn't done anything.
Yeah, she hasn't, but like, I'm willing to bet she's stronger than a guy who has a monkey in his mouth.
Whenever Smoothie is up to bat, she just has not performed.
I get it, and I'm putting her even behind Cracker. I'm not gonna lie, I might put Pedospero over Avalo. No, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think Pedospero doesn't have much. No, he has durability. He got scratched and he was still up.
His arm got blown up.
But he lost to like Nekomamushi though. Like, are we saying Nekomamushi beats Avala Pizarro?
Nakamura, that's too long. It's a very like unique circumstance where you got a buff. It's like, you know, Vegeta in Great Ape.
It's because you're freaking watching Dragon Ball Z right now. So goofy. Because you're watching Dragon Ball Z right now from the start, you're gonna drop like Dragon Ball references every now
So
and then.
many, they're coming. They're coming.
You know, Zoro's
Yu Yu
like
Hakusho,
Yajirobe cutting off the tail.
very clutch.
Oh my god. I mean, sure. I just feel like Perospero isn't beating Avalo, man. Like, Avalo whips out the island fist, and Perospero just crumples. Like, Candy's not blocking that.
But Pedospero has like insane mastery over his fruit. He can just like counter anything Avalo does with like his candy wall.
Tandy Wall ain't doing anything to the Island Fist.
What? The Island Fist is just rocks.
Yeah, okay, wait. See, the downside is that Avala Pizarro feels the damage the island feels. So
Yeah.
if Perospero does
Perospero
like
could do a
break
lot
the
of damage.
rocks, then yeah, Perospero could do damage. Damn it.
And then I'm not gonna lie, we're giving the Shanks Pirates the benefit of the doubt, but Perospero was.
I don't
really
know if we
good,
are.
man.
I mean, I'm looking at Building Snake and Bonk Punch behind Smoothie, and I'm like, no,
But
freaking way.
This is the
dude.
crazy part. We got Bill and Snake and Bonk Punch in between people we've seen. Well, we haven't seen Smoothie in action that much, but people we've seen do stuff, and we're like, well, let's just throw them in there because it's Shanks' crew, you know?
No, but look at the aura they have in the pictures, man.
That's cool.
All right,
It's fine.
fair, fair,
Okay,
fair.
you put Bonk Punch. You ready? You say Smoothie's here.
I think Smoothie's behind Building Snake.
How weak do you think the Big Mom Pirates are?
They're not strong, man. I mean, like,
I mean,
I put a
would
lot of
assume
respect on Katakuri and Big Mom, but the rest, like,
there's no way Shanks is 5th and 6th, possibly even lower, is stronger than Big Mom's 3rd.
see, if Smoothie did something to Marco when Marco kicked their asses off of Wano, I'd be like, whoa, Smoothie's crazy. The only Smoothie attack we have is filler. Keep that in mind, filler.
You know, it's crazy
And
that like
Smoothie has had multiple opportunities to do something. It's not like the whole thing where it's like, oh, but Sai, we didn't see Rayleigh do anything. Why do you have Rayleigh so high? The thing is that we know Rayleigh can do things if push came to shove. For Smoothie, push came to shove, and she never did anything. She got locked behind a door that Brooke just sneaked out of her. Like, she's so negative. There's nothing good about Smoothie.
this feels like Smoothie hate, but I get it. We'll leave her here for now. I know Chad is probably going to agree with you because Smoothie hasn't done much, but we'll leave her here for now. All right. Snack.
Oh God.
We've done like half this list. We should probably pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll pick it up.
Snack. Technically, he was a commander, and he got demoted. So,
He lost twice, right?
yes.
He lost the
Right.
kid and he lost to Arouge. This guy's a loser through and through.
A loser through and through. However,
I'd say above Blamenko.
I'd say above Brooke.
Above Brooke.
He was a commander. Losing to Rouge and Kid is like, I mean, Brooke lost to Perospero. So,
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah, above Brooke, sure. We just don't know anything
Behind-
about him.
yeah, we just don't know. This is off the reputation. You know what? We like Brooke, so we're going to put him behind Brooke. Whatever.
Fair enough.
All right, Crocodile. Not sure why he's here, but I guess because the Cross Guild commander for sure. But where?
I would put him right behind or above Cracker.
Yeah, I'm willing to do that.
Yeah, I
For
think
sure.
he's up there. Dude, the
Yeah.
post-time skip buff, man. I mean, it looked like he kept on training. He's still fighting. He never gave up,
Crocodile.
so he's there, man. He's there.
I guess he did
He's
give
the
up again.
wings of the Pirate King for Buggy. So yeah.
All right, here we have it. Who's this guy?
That is Whitebeard Commander. I think he's the guy with the bazookas. That I
He's
mistake.
the guy that got packed up by
The other guy
Akainu, I believe.
Yeah. I think does he have
Curio.
pistols? I don't know. What is his name?
Curio.
Curio. Yeah, he's the one with the bazookas on his back. Yeah.
He's the officer that was in front of Akainu. That's Dolo. He didn't die though, so I know I know he was in front of Akainu at one point. Then after we saw him like burning, and so like
I just love how you put him above Opera, just off rip. Just
he didn't die.
Here.
He didn't die facing Akainu. So stand up. You were strong, Curio.
yeah.
Put Curio right there.
He destroyed
Now-
all of Morio's brick bats. Oh God.
Ooh. That's Bones. I don't think he's quite commander.
I think he's above Hawkins.
Yeah.
If
Is he
Killer
above
can beat
Oven?
Hawkins, then I think Daz Bones can beat Hawkins.
I don't know if Killer can beat Hawkins though.
Killer literally did beat Hawkins
It when?
in Wano. Yeah, no. Killer versus Hawkins was like the main matchup.
They fought?
Yeah. Wait, are you being serious?
I don't remember this.
No, you're joking, right?
That was the main matchup.
Yeah, no. Killer is the reason. Killer's the one who chopped off Hawkins' arm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, that's when Killer. No, wasn't Kid fighting Hawkins?
No. Okay, so Hawkins had Kid's doll inside of him, and
Oh,
Killer was fighting Hawkins, and
yeah,
Hawkins was like,
yeah.
"Oh, if you hurt me, you hurt your captain." And then Killer cut off
And
his
then Killer-
hand.
He cut
and
off
he's
his hand.
like,
Right.
My captain doesn't have that hand, so his doll is fine. And yeah, like that's
Yeah. I forgot about that. That's Hawkins. Like,
yeah.
yeah, he did.
And that
beat
was an
Hawkins.
easy battle for Killer. Like Killer would not have struggled if he wasn't hit with the Kid conundrum. So I think Daz Bones, another fellow swordsman,
agree.
right hand. I think he takes Hawkins he takes him out to lunch and he just fucks him, dude.
I think so. But now it gets
Yeah.
down to Oven and Daifuku. I'm willing to put him over Daifuku.
Yeah, I was about to say that too. I think over Daifuku is fine. Like this is Crocodile's right hand. If we're saying Crocodile got a buff, Daz Bones gets people think that buffs only apply to the Straw Hats. But it's like,
Yeah,
dude, like
other
Zoro
people
was
get strong
even
as
with this
well.
guy. Like Zoro was even with Daz Bones. If Daz Bones kept on training and he never quit, I'm not saying he's like
Then
Zoro
he's-
level, but he's like up there though. He's like Rob
He should be
Lucci.
top of High Officer.
I'm cool with that.
Maybe getting closer to Commander. But we just have to see something else first.
Yeah.
All right. Doc Q.
Bottom of Commander?
Yeah. Go with the
Yeah.
bottom for now.
Kind of like a gimmick fight.
Mihawk.
Above Big Mom, for sure.
I agree. Mihawk at above Big Mom. Old Whitebeard.
Old Beard.
Is he stronger than Big Mamuno?
I think he's stronger than Big Mom, yeah.
Think so?
I mean, like this is pre-hockey showing Whitebeard, right? Before, like Marineford without hockey, like
Yeah, but this is sick Whitebeard too.
Yeah, but you could say this is fat Big Mom.
A fat Big Mom, the more she fights, the stronger she gets because she loses weight.
If Big Mom were to fight Whitebeard,
I got Big Mom. Old Beard.
really?
I got Big Mom. Because he's old now. He doesn't have the stamina. I think Big Mom would take him.
You think health issues would really take down Whitebeard like that? I mean, I guess they did. My gut's
It's
telling me that he's
unfortunate, but-
above Big Mom, but that's fair.
But you
I
just-
I understand the argument.
Yeah, I got Big Mom over Old Beard. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Josiah. I forget this guy's name. What's his name?
Oh, I just made up a
Remember his
name.
name?
I called him Josiah. Who is he? Oh, I was close. His name's Fosa.
Osa is definitely. What division was he?
He
What
was
division?
essentially dead last. He was 15th.
All right, Fosa. I like your design though. So
Yeah, last place. Does
I feel like
Alvida?
he
I feel like
why
Alvida
do I
might beat him,
remember
dude.
him more? I remember him more than like a lot of division. What did he
He
do?
wields a sword. He's been a part of the Whitebeard Pirates
Wait.
for 30. Oh, he's the guy with the. Huh.
He said he can engulf his sword in flames.
Yeah, he's the flame swordsman.
and he's been with the White Bear Pirates for a while too.
What he does, so in the manga, it never showed why his sword is on fire, but in the anime, apparently he doused his sword in oil, and then he lit his sword aflame or ablaze with his cigar.
Yeah, he's at the bottom.
What? I was about to say above Atmos, dude. I think
I don't know.
I think Fosa and Kabaji would be a really cool matchup. Like, it would be like one of those 10-day duels that we've heard so much about.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
Fosa
fine.
and Kabaji,
That's fine.
dude, they'd be talking about that for years.
Monster.
I think it's a 2-for-1 deal. Just put them with Bonk Punch. They're like the same person.
Over Smoothie?
Well, okay, it's when we think about Bonk Punch, it's Bonk Punch plus Monster. It's like Nami and Zeus. You can't like separate them. I say keep them together.
All right, Frankie. Frankie's a high officer.
Above Hawkins.
I think Frankie can beat Hawkins.
I think Frankie beats Hawkins. Dude, okay, so Hawkins lost one of his dolls due to a simple Kizaru laser beam, like a hello. Frankie can shoot laser beams out the wazoo. I think Hawkins is done. And Frankie's like part swordsman because of the General Shogun. I mean, just Frankie would destroy Hawkins. It would be no diff. Hawkins is made out of straw. Frankie breathes fire. Hawkins walks up to him. You got to remember, Kizaru, he did this and he blinded Hawkins for like a solid 10 seconds. Frankie does have nipple lights. Hawkins runs up on Frankie nipple lights, Hawkins is done. Like, everything Frankie has is like a direct counter to Hawkins. Hawkins, the best he can do is shoot nails. Frankie shoots nails too. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, there's nothing Hawkins can do that would genuinely beat Frankie. Like, I think the more I think about these matchups, Hawkins just loses. Dude, I think freaking Fosa lights his sword on fire. Hawkins might die to that.
That is completely just disrespecting Hawkins and the fact that he was a supernova.
It's like one of those
supernova, and like now all of a sudden Frankie destroys Hawkins.
Yeah, current day. I'm telling you, man, like, the reason why I'm passionate about Hawkins slander is because I really looked up to this guy. Growing up, I said, yo, this guy's fire. And then I get to Wano, I see Hawkins, I'm rubbing my hands, dude. I got a boner just looking at Hawkins. I was ready to see this guy slam somebody. And then guess what? The guy's a loser. I felt like a disappointed dad at that point in time. It's like, my kid's Asian. He comes home with some Fs, and I'm just like, all right, dude, just bend over. Time to slap you with this bamboo. Like, Hawkins, that's how I feel about Hawkins. He's just really disappointing, like, on a personal level.
I think with Hawkins and hype and ability, he does wield a sword. He does fire nails. He does have the devil fruit. I think it's tough because the devil fruit it's more utility. And here's the thing: we don't we don't know how you pass damage. That's the first thing. Secondly, all it takes is for him to create a doll out of Frankie,
But we don't know how he creates those dolls. Like, we've never seen that.
We've never seen it, but it seems to be relatively simple.
But if it was simple, he would have done that for Killer.
Well, he did it for Kid. It's like he was trying to.
But he did it for Kid when Kid was chained up, though.
He was tormenting them on purpose. So we don't know entirely how easy it is. But if he does it, it's GG's. For the most part.
You could say that about anybody, though. Yeah, if Hawkins created a doll out of Mihawk, and Mihawk slashes Hawkins, and Mihawk takes all the damage. It's like, we can't just put Hawkins in this crazy beneficial hypothetical.
Yeah, against Frankie, probably. Against Frankie, probably.
Dude. Frankie
it's
wins.
Almost like, I think we're overrating the heck out of Frankie, considering Hawkins does have observation and armament and a devil fruit. I don't see Frankie beating Hawkins. But guys, let me know if I'm overrating Hawkins or Sai is underrating the hell out of Hawkins because he's disappointed by him.
I think he's exactly where he should be. Maybe even too high.
That's crazy. Who's this guy?
Howling Gabi. He's the guy that shoots supersonic waves out of his mouth.
He's Shanks, right?
Yeah, Shanks' crew. He like yells and like boom. It's like a sonic boom just coming out of him. It really fits his name. Yeah,
I think
definitely higher than like. I'm assuming he's probably higher
I'll put
than
him over
like
Doc Q.
Smoothie. Doc Q.
What?
Dude, Howling Gab.
Howling Gab just over Big Mom's third? I don't understand this side.
Dude, Gab is so cool.
Gab is just a pacifista.
He kind of looks, dude, put him and Monster like close to each other. They're like the same person. You see that?
Maybe that's like Monster's transformation.
His human form. He just becomes Howling Gab.
Yeah, I can't put him over Perospero.
That's as long as he's commander level, I'll take
He's
it.
commander. We put him on commander.
But I think he's a little bit higher.
Red Hair Pirates. Mr. 3.
Galdino. I think he's the highest officer. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
He's not like physically strong, but the way he utilizes his devil
tactics.
fruit, yeah, he's good,
tactics.
man. Peter Pan
Mr.
is next.
The hell is this?
He's like the Peter Pan wannabe from Whitebeard's crew.
Let me see.
His name is Haruta.
What division commander is he?
12th.
Okay, I don't remember anything about this guy, so we're just gonna put him in officer right behind Devosa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
He can cut steel.
Whoa!
Is this East Blue Zoro level?
Whoa!
Oh my god.
Matter of fact, yeah. He can cut steel.
I'm looking at the wiki. That's one of his feats. He cuts steel shields.
I can cut steel.
I like how that feat made you bring him down.
Look, this is like he wields
So
a
funny.
decorated saber with a purple hilt.
Ooh.
Whoa, it's purple. And he was seen jumping around when performing attack.
Ooh, he has an epithet. The Swift Saber Haruta.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's the weakest all year so far.
That's crazy.
Oh my god. He said he can cut steel. Jesus. But now I see why Whitebeard lost.
We got a bunch of losers on the crew, dude. He's kind of like Luffy, right? You know, before he stopped doing it, you know, when Luffy recruited a bunch of bozos, like, "Hey, Gaimon, you want to join?
Oh
Brownbeard,
my
hop
God.
aboard. You, tree on
what?
Thriller Bark, join." Just everybody he
Watch
sees.
Haruta proves us wrong in the next One Piece movie. But he's gonna have to show me. Izo. High officer, right?
I think Izo's like snack level.
I think Izo's definitely snack.
I mean,
I got Izo over Frankie.
Izo just shoots bullets, man.
Is Izo stronger than Frankie? That's a good one.
Izo fought fodder for a while, got injured by Beast Pirate fodder,
and took out Guernica.
after the rooftop, of course. Yeah, and then they 2v1'd CP0 and then lost, but they did take down Maha. It's tough. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that spot, right? Above Frankie,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Ooh,
Jack.
Jack, son.
Kaido's #1 prodigy.
Yes, Kaido's prodigy. He says, "Be okay. Raise your head, Jack. You are strong." I think where it gets interesting is around Perospero and Avalo.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm good with that.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
fine.
looks right. Yeah, that looks right.
that's fine. That's
They're
fine.
all like, it's funny, like Avalo, Jack, and Howling Gab, they're all shaped the same.
Big
Same
boys.
physique, yeah.
Whoa, is this Burgess? Why
That's
does Burgess get
Burgess.
this?
I think
Why
it's
Burgess get a
because
manga picture.
it's before they showed Burgess with the half face in the anime. So I think that's like the
Okay.
most recent picture.
That's interesting. All right, Burgess.
Above Katarina?
Or behind Katarina.
Yeah, above or below. I mean, he's like Blackbeard's. He's like the what, first division commander essentially.
Yeah, first division, but like he's not the strongest after Blackbeard. So like, you
Yeah,
gotta
true,
really,
true.
Now I'm like questioning would Burgess beat like Perospero?
I mean, Burgess
know?
with the strength no me. It's kind of insane. Like we haven't really seen an upper limit to it. He literally tore a mountain off and threw it, and now it's just like his opening attack. Like who's to say he can't just, I don't know, lift the earth at that point, right? You know, maybe Whitebeard sees this guy and he starts, you know, sweating a little bit.
Are we putting Burgess over Katarina?
I'm fine with Burgess behind Katarina.
Is this but I can't put him over Smoothie though.
Burgess picked up a mountain and threw it. Smoothie
Smoothie can cut the mountain in half easy.
She made juice for the tea party.
She wrung out a giraffe. I think Smoothie's on the upper echelon of strength. It's just she wasn't utilized. So
will she ever be utilized?
Not in the canon story.
Not in the canon. Brothers, they didn't even bring her in film red. She wasn't even in film red.
All right. This is crazy.
Yeah, this list is getting insane. Like, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I don't know if this works, but it's fine.
I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, it's okay.
Leave it there. Jinbei.
Above Jack.
Is he?
Yeah, dude. If Jinbei fought Jack, it'd be a wipe.
I don't know about that.
Jinbei was the strongest fishman on Onigashima. He stood no chance, man. Like, we saw Jinbei versus Who's Who. Jinbei was having a conversation, hanging out. Like,
Who's not Jack?
Yeah, but Who's Who is like one step away from Jack.
One step away is insane. Who's Who was steps away. He thought he was a step away.
I can't see Jinbei losing to Jack.
Yeah, I got Jinbei over Jack slightly.
Yeah.
Today. It may change, but right now, Jinbei. I'm okay with Jinbei right here. I'm okay with him right here.
Yeah,
unless you
fine.
put him up. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Jozu.
Jozu got destroyed,
That's
right?
That's Kuzan.
Let me see.
That's Kuzan. But I think
Jozu did get stopped by Dofi, right?
Yeah, he got stopped by Dofi. But it was like Dofi using Parasite and Jozu. We didn't see Jozu try to break away. But it's like, I don't know. Is Jozu stronger than Jinbei right now? Like, right now, would you put him over Jinbei?
I think I would. I mean, I'm looking at Jozu's wiki. Jozu is the one who surprise attacked Crocodile twice.
Yeah, he caught him a little shoulder tackle.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying Crocodile would lose, but I mean, Jozu's definitely up there somewhere. I'll say this. I could have him behind Crocodile, and you could say that Jozu would destroy Cracker's biscuit soldiers for sure. I could totally see him just barreling through them. Diamond versus Biscuit. I mean, come on. Come on.
Like, after a while, all those tackles, you get tired, and Cracker's just clapping.
I mean, Josu's just walking forward. I mean, what are we saying here?
I don't know, man. It took Gear 4 Luffy to break one of these biscuits. I don't know. I mean, it's, you know what? Jozu is, Division 3?
Yeah, he's up there. How about Jozu above Perospero?
Okay.
I'll compromise.
Put him here.
Jozu versus Burgess.
That's a close one.
Strength versus strength, yeah.
That's a close one.
It's a close one.
Maybe are we overrating Katarina?
I think we definitely are. I don't know why Katarina's that high.
Let's put Katarina.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the more I look at the list, the more silly it gets. Yeah. But yeah, sure. Katarina can be in the middle somewhere.
Kaido.
Above Big Mom, behind Mihawk.
think Mihawk can beat Kaido?
Yeah. I'm one of those guys. I think Mihawk could beat Kaido.
You're a Mihawk guy, though.
I mean, world's
right.
strongest swordsman. I mean, what do you want me to say? Like, I think Mihawk
World's
wins.
strongest creature.
Swordsman, man. Dude, you've heard stories about swordsmen cutting dragons in half. I mean, hell, Kaido turns into a dragon. Mihawk just cuts him in half. I think Mihawk would take him for sure. But I mean, like Mihawk has to be like bloodlusted, right? It can't be like everyday Mihawk just bumbling around. Mihawk locked in.
Mihawk.
If we're talking about bloodlusted Mihawk, I mean, you don't want to see that guy.
Yeah, I got him. I got him over.
You
All
also
right,
have him over?
He-Man.
Nice. He-Man.
Who's this guy?
I don't know.
I know he's a Whitebeard commander.
Yeah. If we don't know them, it's just the Whitebeard guy.
Yeah, put him in.
He's there somewhere.
Curious who he is.
Just who cares? His name is King Do.
King Do. What his division is he?
Division 11. He has he's a brawler. He has like crazy gauntlets on. He fights like Harden.
Oh, nice.
And he fights like Luffy. Yeah, he just punches people.
Ooh, all right, move him up a little bit. I know you want to put him over Blavenko, but like let's slow down a little bit. All right. King.
I have him above Katakuri for sure.
Above Katakuri for sure.
Yeah, it's just easy. It's just, I close my eyes, I just see it right there. Just King over Cat.
What? I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I think okay, for one, right? The only thing King has is his Lunarian powers. Literally
fruit.
everything else. What devil fruit? The one where he can like
Pterodon,
send
man.
like no. Katakuri, better armament, better observation, better devil fruit, smarter. Okay, King is prettier. He's just Lunarian, man. And Cat doesn't have to get through his Lunarian body to win. He can restrain him in a lot of different ways.
You think Cat? I mean, I think it's close. I don't think it's like one just stomps the other. But King, though,
no, it's not a stomp. But I think Katakuri has more ways in which he can win. And for King, he's proven to be an idiot. And Conquerors, by the way. I don't know, man. I know people put King over Katakuri. A lot of people put King over Cat really easily. I'm just like, and it's just off Lunarian.
If Ulti's here, that might be the deal breaker.
Ulti, oh my god.
The Ulti versus Cat debate.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
I can see why you think Cat would win.
I think it's just way more utility. And again, a lot of people look at like, can he knock him out? He's Lunarian. He doesn't have to knock him out. He can restrain him with his Paramecia fruit.
Yeah, but you can't forget that King has the ability to like stretch his head out and just shoot it at supersonic speed.
Katakuri can see it.
Yeah, no, the future sight's too tough, man.
It's close. I'm not gonna act like Katakuri like stomps, but
I just feel like it's a bad matchup for Cat. Like minus the hockey, right? Like King has all these magma fire abilities.
That's anime. We don't.
I mean, I'm just saying, man. Like the donuts would get melted, brother.
Katakuri had like a fire attack.
Did he?
Burning Mochi.
Oh yeah, burning Mochi. Yeah.
I think
okay. How about this? If Cat realizes King's weakness, I think Cat would win.
He's gonna realize that weakness. Zoro realized it.
Zoro stumbled upon it by accident. Well, not really. I mean, no, never mind. King, like you said, King was a little bit dumb. He just kept on turning it off for some reason.
A little bit dumb.
Why would you even turn it off? I feel like that's a plot thing, right? Just turning off your fire.
Well, he's turning it off to move faster. And he's trying to overwhelm Zoro with speed and
just outlast him at that point. Then just don't move fast. Just
just
overwhelm him. Outlast him.
The thing is, he didn't realize that Zoro's ability was gonna run out, so he just kept. But Zoro kept putting the pressure on him, and then King kept pressing. So that's
Yeah.
partially because of Zoro. And I don't think Cat has the AP that Zoro has, but I think as far as tactical advantages, I don't think he necessarily can get around the Lunarian power because it's been proven to be great, but I think he has the abilities to somehow withhold or restrain King with his devil fruit without necessarily knocking him out. And then, you know, and I don't know, a lot of people question like Cat's durability, which is, you know, I guess is fair, but against Luffy, it was still like an 11-hour fight. So I don't know. I got Cat.
That's fair. Like I said, I think they're very even.
The tough part is like, I'm now starting to think, do I put Crocodile over King?
Crocodile over King.
That's a little crazy.
Yeah, I feel like for Crocodile, he just needs more like heavy attacks. Because I feel like all of his attacks are kind of light to medium.
If we see hockey from him.
Yeah, we need a showing of like current day Crocodile utilizing all of his hockey. Like, honestly,
hockey is pretty crazy.
I'm gonna be honest. If Crocodile whipped out Conkers, I wouldn't even be surprised.
I'd be a little shocked, considering he hasn't used it at all.
No, I'd be shocked, but like, I don't think it would be like crazy to think that he has like Conkers hockey.
No,
he seems like the type of guy.
I agree. Kuzan.
Yeah, low Yonko. No way.
I think for sure.
No way.
I think for sure. For certain.
Okay, wait, like current day Kuzan, right?
Current day Kuzan, Marineford Kuzan.
Okay, current day Kuzan, I say yeah. Marineford Kuzan, no.
Bro, like the admirals were chilling.
They were. I will admit. You go back to Marineford, like the admirals were not working together. They came in for one hit, then they stood around for like another 10 minutes. Like
we had the Kuzan and Whitebeard exchange in Marineford, and that's when Whitebeard stabbed him. And it's like, oh, he got stabbed by Haki. He's like, no. And then he tried to attack Whitebeard.
Yeah.
And then I think that's where Jozu came in. Yeah. It might be a hot take, but I think it's pretty cold.
I'm not mad at it. Like I think I would have Kuzan around that level anyway, so.
I think it's like it kind of depends on how you scale it. Because I put Garp over old Whitebeard now at Marineford.
Garp over old Whitebeard. I think they're equal. I think that's fair.
I think they're equal, right, on its surface, but then knowing Whitebeard was sick.
Yeah, the sickness holds him back.
The sickness holds him back. If Whitebeard wasn't sick, I have him like probably over Big Mom.
It is kind of crazy thinking about Marineford. Like if all the admirals and if all, Sengoku, Sudo, and Garp, if they really tried and just were on the front lines, it would be, they'd be cooked.
It'd be over.
Yeah, like Whitebeard, Marco, and Ace, like they're the only real fighters. And Jozu, of course, but man.
Whoa.
And then the Warlords, dude, if Mihawk, for example, actually, like Mihawk's in the same boat. He's just as bad as Garp. Like he just didn't fight.
I've said it before, bro. Marineford, the Whitebeard Pirates literally had zero chance.
Zero. No way.
Zero.
Like, we saw
zero.
We saw what Akainu did to Whitebeard. Akainu lost, sure. But what I'm saying is that if the admirals actually worked together to take down the main threat, while Akainu was fighting Whitebeard, what the hell were the other admirals doing? They were just watching. Yeah. Like, no, jump in, boys. If
Akainu was just focused on Whitebeard, he would win that fight.
If it was like Jump Kaisen, JJK, like, the admirals would cook Whitebeard. It's just so sad.
Even when Whitebeard fell to his knees, Akainu went for his chest. It's like, come on. And then after that, after he hit him, Sengoku's like, attack him! And then for whatever reason, Akainu steps back and then Fodder starts to stab Whitebeard. I'm like, what?
It was all it was
I'm like,
I
what?
love Marineford, but you gotta admit, man, like
Yeah,
if people
yeah.
actually tried, like even the warlords, right? Like if Doflamingo actually locked in and wanted to like
Boa?
fight the Whitebeard commanders, they'd be. You can
Even
just
Boa
eliminate Boa.
wasn't trying.
Boa was like betraying us.
Boa was against the world,
Yeah.
the world government.
She was against them.
destroying Pacifista, and so it gets to a point where like you start to realize the Whitebeard pirates, they were cooked from jump.
Yeah,
Like super cooked, you know. And the fact that they still managed to save Ace is mostly because of Luffy's doing. Because I mean, I remember before Luffy showed up and the encircling platform, they were like, "We got him, like it's over."
yeah.
And the Whitebeard pirates are falling, and then Luffy showed up with Jinbei and Crocodile, and that had to bolster their forces. So, yeah, the world government, they're powerful, man. There's a reason why they've been in power for this long. So
I just want to say
Don't
this
sleep.
though: if Whitebeard was not sick, I'd put him above Kaido. Yeah, if if we're talking about Whitebeard, no sickness, no medicine, no. I think I'd put him. I think I'd put him,
Kaido's a
dude,
monster, Sai. I'm sorry,
brother.
Kaido was a monster.
You gotta upscale Whitebeard to current day. Like, we're doing that to Crocodile. You gotta do it to Whitebeard. Like, give him the hockey. Like, if Whitebeard was actually utilizing the hockey that he has,
Crocodile. Listen, Kaido is pummeling Garp. Garp is getting pummeled. Whitebeard is getting pummeled. Rayleigh, bring all of them.
I don't know, man.
Kaido's a monster, Sai.
But
A monster.
Whitebeard's a monster. What are we talking about?
Prime Beard was not old Beard.
I think you're disrespecting Whitebeard too much. I've given a lot away because we're saying this is sick beard, but dude, Whitebeard, no sickness.
No
put
sickness.
him in
He
the
didn't
room
want
with
that
Chopper
smoke.
for 10 minutes, and Whitebeard's back to full capacity.
No sickness. Whitebeard didn't want the smoke. They heard Kaido's in Wano. Ace, let's leave that alone.
Because Odin didn't ask, and I blame Odin for that. Wano, dude, if I knew the connections that Odin had, I'd be pissed. Like, Odin, you're telling me you didn't call Rayleigh? You didn't call
Roger.
Scopper?
Whitebeard.
Don't even call Roger. You didn't call Whitebeard, Marco. He could have
It's
called
like,
so
I want to.
many
I have to
people.
do this. Yeah, it was very.
No,
it's-
dude,
come on,
I
bro, what are we
get pissed. If I was one of the people that waited 20 years for Odin and his dumb prophecy, I'd be mad. Like, what do you mean you don't ask for help, brother? Like, we need help.
That was bad, but plot.
Plot.
But I think Kaido, man, Kaido's a young monster.
You're hyping up Kaido too much, man. He's up there. I'm not disputing it, but
No, I think
you can't just do the laugh.
Bro, Kaido is dominating, bro. Even the Gear 5 BS. Like, Kaido was like, all right.
All right, how about this? How about
All right.
this? In a fight, Kaido would win, but in an arm wrestling contest, the Whitebeard would cook him. Give me that. You gotta give me that, Brago. In an arm wrestling contest, Kaido admits defeat. He starts sweating. He says, "Not Whitebeard. New game." Yeah. Kaido loses that, man. Pure strength. I think
Beard or
Whitebeard
Old Beard?
wins. Old Beard, no sickness.
Oh, nah, Kaido. I got Kaido.
I can't believe this, man. I can't believe this.
Bro, Kaido had everything, bro.
You're saying
Everything.
that Kaido is. You're saying Danny Trejo is stronger than Hulk Hogan. That is.
You know what's funny?
That's what you brought in.
You know what's funny? Like, Luffy learned Rio and all this shit to hurt Kaido, get past his scales, right?
Yeah.
What if Kaido used hockey? Block these attacks.
We don't know what would happen. That's a different ballgame.
Listen, I think Kaido is a monster. And, I'll give you Mihawk over Kaido because of the swordsman and whatever. But I'm not going to lie. If we see Mihawk versus Zoro, Mihawk doesn't live up to that hype. Going right behind Buggy,
Dude,
brother.
there's no way. There's no way Mihawk doesn't live up to the hype. Mihawk's like a day one character. Oda's been thinking about this guy before even One Piece. Like, no,
He has to like I said, because he's fighting Zoro, so he has to.
End
It's
of
either
story,
upscale.
Zoro.
Yeah, end of story Zoro. Is end of story Zoro stronger than Kaido?
Yeah, I think so.
So did he put Prime really over Kaido? Well, I guess. We'll see.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, Prime really over Prime Kai. I mean, it's hard. Like, bringing like those different timelines in. I mean, I think definitely at the time when Rayleigh was in his prime, like back when they used to probably fight. Yeah, I think Rayleigh cooks Kaido.
Yeah, back
Yeah,
then.
100%.
Like Prime Kaido, Prime Ray. Since we're here, let's do it.
Prime Kaido, Prime Ray.
That means you have really Prime Ray as maybe a top 5 strongest character of all time.
Okay, don't word it like that. Why are you wording it like that? Oh, you're saying Rayleigh's top 5 in the entire story?
Because when you do it, it's like after Roger, Whitebeard, Garp, if you get to Zebek, then you're getting into the Big Mom and Kaidos or the Mihawks of the world. And if you're putting Rayleigh over those guys, Rayleigh's top 7 all time. And then if you do Scopper right behind, so Roger had like 3 Roger pirates at top 10 all time.
I mean, yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, that's the crew that did it, man.
But
that's the crew that survived.
They did it, but like all they did was find the One Piece.
Here's the thing, right? Like, if I was looking at a young Big Mom, a young Kaido, like the versions that fought Rayleigh and Scopper.
Oh, I got Rayleigh and Scopper over them.
Yeah, same.
Whoa. I got Rayleigh and Scopper over Kaido, not Big Mom.
What?
Big Mom was in her prime.
No, I got them over Big Mom. What are we talking about?
No way.
What are we talking about?
No way. No how.
Okay, God Valley Big Mom. There's no way you're saying that God Valley Big Mom is stronger than Prime Rayleigh and or Scopper.
Absolutely.
What an absurd take. No.
Because here's the thing. Because even with Big Mom, let's say Roger, Rayleigh, and Scopper are stronger than Big Mom. Why are they sneaking into Whole Cake Island?
Because they're friends, man. You know, just sneak in, don't fight. Like the path of least resistance, brother. Sung Tzu, just.
I got Roger over Big Mom, not really Scopper.
Okay, where would you put Prime Rayleigh on this list? Where would he go?
Okay. Poof.
You're gonna have to break some hearts here, man. Where would you put Prime Ray?
Poof. Prime Ray.
I'm not mad at it. No, that's
Prime
very
Ray.
fair. I think that's very liberal of you to just put it right there.
Yep. Prime Ray.
Yeah, okay.
Now let's do Prime Scopper.
Oh my god. Right behind. Like I said, Scopper and Rayleigh, I think they're neck and neck. Stop it. No. If you got to take them all the way. No, what are we doing? What? Scopper behind Big Mom? No, dude. Prime Scopper.
Prime Scopper.
No.
Okay,
This is disrespectful.
We can be super political and be like, okay, put Scopper right behind Prime Rayleigh because that's what they heard.
No, here's the thing. Dude, wait a minute. Okay, how about this? Let's do this instead.
Okay.
Put Kuzan in between Scopper and Rayleigh, and I'll settle there. How
Over
about
Big
that?
Mom?
Yeah, I think Kuzan would beat Big Mom. Kuzan would destroy Big Mom in my opinion.
Destroy Big Mom. Yo, this Big Mom disrespect is insanity.
I'm just saying, man. I don't.
Doug, even with Big Mom versus Kid and Law and everything they threw at her, she was like, this is not enough to kill me. It's just a ring out.
I think Kuzan is just he's a powerhouse, man. People look at Big Mom, they say she's the weakest young girl. Like, people already know, man, Big Mom, she's strong. She's strong, but I don't think she beats Kuzan. I think she could beat Green Bull. How about that?
That's not a hot take. A lot of people feel like a lot of people can beat Green Bull.
You think Howling
I
Gab can
saw-
beat Green Bull?
I saw Curiel over Green Bull the other day on Twitter. I almost lost my mind.
Curiel is wearing green. Green Bull is green. I think Curiel wins.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
All right.
Lucky Roo.
Lucky Roo.
Above
Are you gonna do
Cracker,
the Shanks
sure.
thing, the Shanks gas, and like say that he has 3 first mates?
I put him above Cracker. I call it there. You know,
Okay, that's fair.
he's like a living bowling ball.
Marco-san. That's fair.
I think Marco's definitely like.
He's behind those guys.
I think he's above Crocodile.
Oh, he's commander, not first mate.
You know, I'm not looking at the titles like that. He's first mate, but
Yeah.
Marco.
Oof. Ty, don't do this.
Do I want to put him on that team? Sure. You
Don't
know,
do
bottom
this.
bottom of first mate. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Current Blackbeard. Tell me when to stop.
Sure.
Or
Current Blackbeard. Guragur no
current
Mi.
Blackbeard.
Yami Yami.
Really
maybe
did imply that
Awakening.
he could do something with Blackbeard in his prime.
Yeah.
But that's how he feels about it. Doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah. I think
And
that's
I would say
fair.
against Rayleigh and Scopper, Blackbeard doesn't have, the devil fruit advantage in that way.
I think end of story, Blackbeard would just topple all of this, but right now, based on what we have, yeah, I think,
Right,
yeah,
that's
because he
fine.
doesn't, like you said, he doesn't get the advantage over Scopper because there's
Yeah.
no devil fruit there.
And Scopper
yeah.
does have like a different type of technique. So yeah, I'm okay with this.
And then Kuzan isn't just his devil fruit as well. Like he has hockey. He
has
did the
insane
battleship
hockey.
bag. Yeah.
Yup. All right.
Ooh, Moji. Post time skip buffed Moji. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right there.
Everybody's up with Haruta. Oh, I didn't know Luffy was here. I guess he's a Yonko. All right. Current Luffy, Gear 5 limits.
Do we put him above Kaido?
No.
Not above Kaido. Not above Kuzan even. Not even above Blackbeard, huh?
What do you think?
I would put Luffy.
He has those limits. That's the only issue here. That limit with Gear 5, which I think clearly the Admirals can bang with Gear 5 and outlast it. And I think Kuzan is stronger than Kizaru. So
Yeah, Kizaru did take Luffy to the Gear 5 limit.
and then he fed him after. So
And then he fed him after. It's crazy. I'd put him over Blackbeard for now, at least.
is he over Scopper, Prime Scopper?
Yeah, I think like extreme diff Prime Scopper for sure.
Okay. Over Kuzan? Or over Ray?
Okay, when we're talking about like a Luffy fight, like are we talking about like a Luffy fight where he's locked in a room and he can't leave and it's just him? Or
Just
a Luffy fight where it's like, oh, Luffy, if he runs out, he can walk around the building and find food and then fight him again.
Nope, just him. No walking around and stuff.
So as time goes on, Luffy's time limit gets less and less with every use. We saw that for Gear 2nd, Gear 3rd, Gear 4th. I mean, this is Elbaf Luffy we're talking about. I mean, yeah, I got him above Kaido, to be honest, man.
Above
Like-
Kaido?
Yeah, I mean, like, okay. The Luffy that fought Kaido in Wano wouldn't win in a 1v1 because of Gear 5 limits.
Right.
But I do think the limits are getting better as time goes on. Like, Elbaf Luffy, like, I think his limits are going to be like 3 times what we saw back in Wano. It's just a rough estimate. I mean, we don't have, like, statistics to this.
It's tough because I think if he ran it back versus Kaido, he would lose, considering just how much Kaido had to go up against, how many
Yeah.
people he had to fight. He
But
took
you could say
damage
the same. Like
against-
if Luffy had Gear 5th from the very beginning And if Luffy didn't have to fight, like, I don't know, the random Asapu on the bottom floor of the numbers, then Luffy'd be a little bit different too. Right?
Luffy ate after.
Yeah, I mean, Luffy ate.
Like
I mean,
a full
okay.
meal.
In a pure 1v1 where Luffy already has Gear 5th, already has Advanced Conquerors and everything else, I think that fight would go very differently.
Here's my thing. With Gear 5, like after Luffy dies, right?
Yeah.
And he's reincarnated. Is that 100% or is that 50%? Like, we don't know what he came back as after he, quote unquote, dies. So that's like, it's hard to scale it. But I think Kaido, even after Gear 5, still had certain advantages. And then Luffy held on to Kaido. Kaido's like, I'm not going to dodge it. And with everything that Kaido sustained in that fight, it's hard for me to see Luffy beating Kaido straight up mano a mano, with Kaido just focused on Luffy, not holding up the island.
The island, yeah.
Like if Kaido's now trying to win, if he incorporates Future Sight, like,
I think it's just tough because it's hard to imagine Luffy losing with Gear 5th. And that's why I hope, going back to the Emu thing, that's why I hope Luffy loses here, just so we know what a Gear 5 loss looks like without the stamina issue. Because even with Kaido, right, like using Ragnarok and all these crazy abilities coded in Conqueror's Haki, like Luffy he took damage, but he also laughed and just bounced back. So I do want to see what Luffy looks like when he actually gets hurt in Gear 5. Like actual, that could have killed me. And not like the could have killed me thing where he said that about the laser dome, right, on Agate Island. Like, it's hard to scale Luffy right now because he's ever evolving. Like, I could agree with this and say Luffy doesn't beat Kaido right now, but post Elbaf, Luffy is going to be above Kaido.
Probably. I agree. We'll see.
Only gets stronger.
Tentatively, but yeah. Nami.
Nami, huh?
Haruta.
I think Nami.
Is she high? Is she high officer?
She's behind. Whoa, we never did Lafitte, by the way. We just put Lafitte there. Lafitte doesn't belong in bottom high officer, right?
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, you're right. Lafitte is commander.
Yeah, Lafitte's commander. Let's just throw him. We don't know anything about Lafitte. Let's just throw him right there.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Nami.
I got her above Amande.
Whoa, above Amand?
Yeah, I mean, dude, she has like Big Mom's like top homie, right?
Yeah, she did, and she got folded by Ulti.
She's a glass cannon. Well, okay, first up, she beat Ulti at the end, but
at the end.
Yeah, at the end, Nami got the W. Like the thing is,
Big Mom's help. Yeah.
Nami, her attack output, it's like 500. Her defense is like 10. Like glass cannon. If Nami lands a shot on you, she's going to win. If you land a shot on Nami, then you win. I'm gonna take a guess and say Amande with that long ass neck, she won't be able to dodge in time. Nami wins.
Why do you hate all these long necks and long arms and long legs?
I think
That's crazy.
a lot of races in One Piece that aren't human, they're kind of freaks, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, guys. Namer.
Whitebeard Commander, huh? It's like a Timu Jinbei.
So, right behind. Well, he's 8th division. Let's put him here. Whatever.
Galdino above him. I like that.
Whatever.
Just random Galdino, yeah.
Robin, high officer for sure. Above Black Maria. Above Brooke. Above Frankie.
I'd say above Izo.
Yeah, this is where I'm comfortable with Robin.
Yeah, above Izo.
Then she starts fighting like men.
My God. Page 1.
Page 1 is definitely over Nami, over Black Maria, over Rakio. I'm willing to put Page 1 all the way here. No?
I'd say Page 1 above Hawkins and call it a day.
You don't think Page 1 beats Frankie?
Frankie beats Sasuke, and I'd argue that Sasuke is stronger than Page 1.
Oh, no.
Yeah, dude. I think Page 1 is like... He's the bottom rung of the Toby Roppo.
Why do you hate these people, man?
I love Page One, man. But you know, when push comes to shove, he's not exactly super impressive. His best feats were against Usopp.
And you fought against Sanji too. He did have Sanji run away.
Well, Sanji wasn't trying to fight. You know, Sanji literally had to hide his. Sanji had to hide his identity. What are we talking? It's like saying, oh, but Hawkins was, you know, he had Luffy and Zoro on the ropes. It's like, whoa. There's nuance to the situation there.
And Page One, Sanji had to run away from Page One
because reinforcements were coming, and they couldn't let Kaido know that they were on the island.
Sai. You hate
right there. No, dude, he's not.
Guys,
Page One is not beating Frankie. Beat Sasuke. Sasuke has way higher defense than Page One.
I think Page One is. I think Sasuke is in the argument for the weakest Tobiropo member. But
no,
we'll let the chat decide this one, guys. Do you think Page One is stronger than Frankie or not?
No.
Peckham's. He's a high officer.
Yeah. That's kind of high, is it not?
No. Like Peckham's was impressive, no? I don't remember a lot from Peckham's, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't remember a lot from Peckham's, but I think he's pretty high up there. It's crazy.
Okay, let's see. Let's go back.
You know, in terms of Big Mom commanders, can we put him like behind Snack?
Say he can use Zoro, bounty of 210. He has a hockey punch. He has a devil fruit too.
The turtle fruit, right?
Yeah. He has observation. He has armament. That immediately puts him above all these others. The only closest one would be Snack, because Snack does as well. So I'll put him right above Brook.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
Ace! All right.
Commander is somewhere. You put him with Jinbei?
They did tie back in the day.
I say Ace is above Cracker.
Of Cracker?
Yeah. If this is like unfettered, you know, current day Ace, I think he's above Cracker.
Oh, if Ace was still alive?
No. Like.
Oh.
You know how like Ace has that running thing where Oda gives him more and more buffs as the story goes on?
Right.
That's Ace, man.
Yeah.
Like Ace was clashing with Yamato.
Yeah,
that's kind of insane. Like I would even put him at like first mate level, to be honest, like behind Marco.
Yeah, possibly. It's hard to put him over Rue and Crocodile, I'm not gonna lie.
That's crazy. Queen, I think Ace beats Queen.
Think so?
Yeah, I think the Ace that fought Yamato, yeah, I think Ace beats Queen.
All right. I'm not mad at the Ace hype, you know, but I'm glad you're doing it. All right. Hongo, the doctor of the red hair pirates.
Above .Q, behind Howling Gab.
Not mad at it. Lime Juice.
I think Lime Juice is above Cracker.
Above Cracker?
Yeah. Do you see those glasses, man?
Okay, that's crazy. But
you put it right there. Moji.
Your boy.
Richie. Yeah.
Richie. Robonoa Zoro.
Above Cat.
Hold on. Let's think about this for a second.
Above Cat. What are we talking about? Zoro is above Cat.
You're right. Sanji.
This is interesting. Spot.
Above Cat?
Yeah, above Cat. Put him up.
Yo, Sai. Yo, you gotta stop. You gotta stop
Sanji
this.
Above Cat, dude.
You gotta stop this, bro.
See, here's the thing, right? Cat was ready to assassinate Sanji. You know, Cat was playing really dirty. The dirtiest I've ever seen in One Piece. He was about to snipe him.
Dirty?
On his wedding day. And
They
Sanji
were
dodged
invading
it,
his
no
mom's
diff.
home.
No diffed the jelly bean. Sanji, I think that's foreshadowing. Like, oh my god, dude. Sanji above Cat. I mean, current Sanji, Jerma capabilities, Ifrit, Jambe, you know, like what is Cat gonna do, man?
I'm gonna be political here. I'll be political, sure. Let's say.
And the thing is, like, dude, if Sanji fights Cat, that'd be bad for Cat. Dude, Katakuri awakened Luffy's future sight. Dude, if Sanji awakens the same way during that fight, he's like, oh, this guy sees in the future, I guess I can too. Like, it's over.
That's
like,
insane. So you say Katakuri is just awakening future sights for everybody?
he's just he's a training dummy, a punching bag. Like, Sanji's gonna awaken during that fight.
No,
it's
that's
over.
disrespectful. You're talking
It's
about
over.
one of the goats like that. That's insanity. All right. I'll be political, sure.
Because you agree with it.
I don't. I'm
Where,
here with it.
where would you put Sanji then?
I'd put Cat here.
Oh my god, no way. Cat above Ben Beckman? No.
He hasn't done anything. He just looks cool.
The sun and the moon, Brago.
Whoa. All right.
San Juan, huh?
Big. Big
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's this big guy.
Oh.
The sound of disgust when you picked him up.
Sucksaki.
Above page 1.
Above page 1 by size size
Dude,
breakdown. but
page 1
behind
versus
Frankie,
Sasuke? Like, no way.
I think Sasuke gets rolled.
By page, I think. Okay, how about this? When I think about page 1 and Sasuke, it's like what? An unshatterable spear versus an impenetrable wall. Like they just, you know, one specializes in attack, the other defense. I think just Sasuke's up there. Plus, he's a fishman, dude. Who's to say he doesn't like spit water at him?
Apu. Now you're going to be Frankie stronger than Apu too?
Yeah, I mean, Apu's kind of lame. Come on, let's be real. Apu is
Knocked
so
out Luffy,
lame, dude.
bro.
We all know that was a gag. There's no.
it was
way.
a gag.
It
I
was-
saw Luffy foaming at the mouth.
Apu, you know,
So right
if we
behind
want to
Hawkins.
if we want to get specific, does Apu even beat Brook? Music, man. I mean,
Yes,
Apu's
I think so.
ability is all music.
Yeah, I think he's better than Brook. And he has hockey. Shanks. Zip.
I think.
Boom.
Yeah. I hate to be that guy. You know, I was defending Mihawk for a minute there. You know, I said Mihawk above everybody, and I still believe that. But I think when it comes
Can't-
to Shanks,
Can't deny
dude,
it.
I'm telling
Can't
you
deny
guys,
it.
like you cannot deny the shonen tropes. Like they're like neck and neck.
They're neck and neck.
It feels like a Kakashi and Guy thing where it's like, dude, Mihawk probably like beat him 500 times. Shanks won 499. The next day, like Shanks takes 2. I think it's really just neck and neck. But
I was
yeah.
just worried about how you feel because I think canonically you can argue Mihawk should be over above every swordsman.
Yeah.
But with vibes, I got Shanks. Should you? And again, I know people use a logical argument with One Piece, but One Piece is rarely ever logical, especially with the perception of characters.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd say above Marco, but not above King or Cat.
yeah, that feels fair. That's crazy though, because Zoro, this should be his endgame fight, and like,
But we don't. That's the thing. He has the clear no me. Like, should you? That's why I liked your idea earlier, where they get like a second devil fruit,
Another
because
devil
right
fruit.
now he needs it, dude. Like, I just
that'd be a fun idea, right? Talking about
can't
another
see
devil
it.
fruit that the Blackbeard pirates could get that could enhance what they already have.
yeah. Like the good no me.
Like, what would enhance Burgess's power already? Like, he already has the strength. Like, what would it like? Speed. Something to enhance his speed would be interesting.
Yeah, Burgess and Speed. Who's this guy?
Speed. Speaking of speed,
Oh,
we have
What the-
Speed Jiru.
his name's actually Speed Jiru.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
You know about the Great Speed Jiru?
No, Speed Zero is seen using a jousting lance and shield.
I don't know what to do with him, but
Shield Lance Speed Zero is his nickname, his epithet.
I'm gonna assume Speed Zero is stronger than Izo.
Why?
No?
What? Huh?
Isn't he like 10th, 9th?
14th.
What division? All right, so yeah, he's go right there
He's
behind you.
14th division.
Yeah, you go right there, buddy.
Yeah, he shouldn't be high up there.
Tamago,
The guy that literally cannot die.
high. I think I put him over like Frankie and Izo and Robin. Yo, the Big Mom Pirates got quality, bro.
Yeah, the Big Mom. I do think
They
the Big
got a
Mom
lot
Pirates
of quality.
are well rounded. Like when you really think about all the powers they have, it's just so versatile.
Because we didn't include a lot of characters here that could be like in High Officer.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why the hell they included like some of these guys like Tamago and Peckham's. Like they're not technically commanders like that, but
They're High
sure.
Officers though.
Yeah, they're high officers, sure. Tamago, I don't think Tamago beats Robin.
I don't see how Robin beats him.
I mean, he's got like long legs, right? I feel like they're easily snappable.
Where he has like, does he use a blade?
I think he
And
has like
he
the
has-
same weapon as Brook, right?
And he has,
Something like that.
and he has hockey too, right? So
Tamago. Yeah, he uses a cane.
yeah, he has armament and observation.
Damn, he's got like multiple epithets. Baron
And I
Tamago,
love- and he
also
has
known
probably-
as Viscount Hyoko.
And he has one of the best attacks in the story.
Which one is that again?
Leg Benedict.
That is pretty
So
good. Sunny Side
So good.
Legs is an anime only attack too.
Maybe over Robin is a bit strong, but both forms of hockey.
As long as his as long as his yoke is not killed in the midst of an evolution, he will infinitely regenerate. He's like the Gorosei, huh? This
And he
guy's
beat Pedro.
whew.
It's tough for
Peckham's-
Tamago.
Or not Peckham's. Tamago, yeah, he's up there, dude. Tamago's kind of
Impressive.
cool. Yeah, impressive.
I'll leave Tamago there for now.
He likes eating balut. Wow, his own kind, huh?
All right.
Batch. Definitely,
Bachi.
definitely like behind Galdino.
What?
Dude, Thatch got taken out with a knife, bro.
Bro, Blackbeard took Thatch out.
kitchen knife,
Thatch,
bro.
Thatch was a high-ranking commander.
kitchen knife took this man out.
He was a high-ranking commander, bro.
Dude, sometimes
Thatch is-
people
Thatch is-
people get promoted
Not
because of
Thatch.
nepotism.
Not Thatch, bro. Who's Thatch? Is like Whitebeard's nephew.
Just a nepo baby. He just can't. He's a chef. Well, I mean, I guess chefs are strong to be fair, but
4th Division commander, bro.
abilities. Let me see. Anything under here? He
don't think
carried
there's
a 3-foot long kitchen knife, and he was skilled using it like a commander, whatever the hell that means. He was
I'm
also
willing to
seen
put
carrying a
Thatch
sword.
over these guys.
Oh wait, look at this. In the anime, Thatch is seen carrying a sword on his right hip. He was shown dual wielding swords and was capable of fighting the DeKalvin brothers, although he was struggling a bit.
What?
Are we putting a guy that struggled against the DeKalvin brothers in the same league as Jimbei, Hongo, Howling Gab, and
Wait.
Crocodile?
Well, yeah, I think he's over like those guys.
No way, dude.
He's the 4th Division commander.
Dude, we even talked about it though. Like these numbers don't really mean much. Like they do
So
and
you
they
say
don't, right? Like
So you
for
say he's
Ace,
more high
sure.
officer. So you're putting him like where behind Frankie?
I'm gonna be honest, dude. Like anybody in a kitchen could probably take Thatch out.
Even Patty?
He might be Patty level.
That's insane.
With how he got taken, unless like there's a big fight we didn't see, I just do not see Thatch being like that strong.
We'll put him right above Tamago because I think he can handle Leg Benedict because he's a cook.
The DeCalvin brothers, Brago. He was struggling against the DeCalvin brothers.
Do you know who the DeCalvin brothers are, though?
Yeah, it's like the two loser cat people from Whitebeard's Alliance, right?
That's what I'm saying. The DeCalvin brothers, that was like early Thatch, you know? That wasn't Commander Thatch.
That's crazy. Two infamous pirates of the New World allied with Whitebeard.
Yeah, that was
no
early
bounty
Thatch.
shown.
This is now Commander Thatch. I'll put him behind these guys, but I think he's stronger than these guys for sure. But
I do not think highly of Thatch. I think, personally, I think Thatch belongs around the same level as Opera.
wow, Jesus Christ, an officer. You just hate the Whitebeard pirates. It's a Chopper. I'll put Chopper right. No. Chopper's high officer.
Yeah, I think Chopper's
Chopper's strong. Is Chopper stronger than Nami?
I think so. I'd put Chopper right above Nami.
Yeah.
Above Black Maria, huh?
Oh, how did that happen?
Okay, I mean, I'm not trying to say anything, but Black Maria also mastered the same drugs that Chopper mastered with the Rumble Balls, but so be it, so be it.
Chopper's doctoring though. Like, you can't discount that.
Ulti. Above Frankie.
Certainly.
Above Izo.
Certainly.
Just right there. I'd put her right there.
Certainly.
Above Robin. But
Certainly,
Robin beat
certainly,
Black Maria?
certainly,
No.
certainly,
No.
Certainly.
No, you're not. No. What?
I think it's time to have a conversation.
No way you're putting her that high. What are we... Dude, this is like if they had Perona on this list, it would be game over, brother. Like you're hitting up all the girls you like. You're giving them a boost. You know what? F it. Put Black Maria above Lucky Ruth.
All right. I'll put her here.
You're saying that she
Robin.
loses to Thatch?
Yeah.
No way.
You just give Thatch no credit for his title, bro.
Thatch.
Like none. Like he's not getting no love for that title, that 4th Division commander. I know it's not based on power.
Blackbeard killed Thatch silently on the Whitebeard ship and left, and nobody noticed. That means that Thatch put up zero fight whatsoever. Sure, Blackbeard stabbed him in the back, but I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, dude, if he had future sight, he could have avoided it.
Whoa, if he had future sight, if he had like a power that like.
If he had tech or if he had like full body armament hockey, he would have survived the attack. But no, Thatch died to a knife in the back, and that's just so embarrassing. 4th Division Commander, would Jimbei die in that same scenario? You put Thatch and Jimbei there, would Jimbei die to Blackbeard?
Blackbeard? Yeah, probably.
I mean, I can't even argue against that. I mean,
no, he doesn't die. Jimbei definitely doesn't die.
Here's the thing, right? Like, Blackbeard scarred Shanks pre-Yami Yami, so... Blackbeard, he gave Shanks a scar pre-Yami Yami, and Shanks was fearful of that Blackbeard before the Devil Fruits. He was fearful of Blackbeard's potential, so... Yeah, I mean, Blackbeard could have just, like, used some crazy ability to kill Thatch, but that's not, like, what we were led to believe, man.
That's some love.
Dude, I hate Thatch.
You hate just every Whitebeard pirate.
I just hate Thatch so much.
Usapu.
I have him below Amande.
I'm mad at it. Over Flamenco?
Yeah, put him above Flamenco.
Then again. Andor, or put him high officer? I know he gets a lot of love. Wait, he took out Cracker's biscuits.
Yeah, put him above Cracker, man.
Above Cracker's crazy.
I mean, no, you gotta imagine the warp fruit now. Like, dude.
Yeah, but like, he had assistance with Kuzan. I don't know if he's taking out Cracker by himself.
How about this? Van Augur above Smoothie, then.
Oh my god. Fine. I think he loses,
There
but
we
like off of utility, fine.
Vasco shot, my guy.
Vasco.
My guy.
I'm thinking Vasco's one of the heavyweights, but
Heavyweight up there, yeah.
yeah. Vista, the man who stalled Mihawk.
I think Vista's at Jinbei's level. Stop it. No, we're not putting Vista.
Okay.
No, dude,
No?
Vista's nowhere on that level. No,
What?
no.
He stalled number 2.
Mihawk didn't
Number
care,
2
man. Dude,
Number
while
2
they
couldn't
were
get around
clashing,
him.
While they were clashing, Mihawk was
Listen,
over
Sai,
here
number 2 said,
monologuing.
You are Vista of the Flower Blade.
Okay, yeah, Mihawk knew the epithet, right? Mihawk just keeps it's like you and your fantasy football, right? He's keeping up to date with all the latest players in the game, anybody that picks up a sword. Like I don't think Vista's that high up there.
That's a little bit of hate.
Can Vista even cut Diamond Jozu? Like that's a genuine question.
I don't see why not. They said Vista's at Laugh Tale right now, waiting for a challenge.
They're saying Vista's gonna be the one that saves Elbaf. He's the one
That's what
attacking the
I'm saying.
Holy Land.
They say Vista is Roger.
People are saying Vista's the man marked by flames.
They say Vista is Roger, bro. Like, why wasn't
crazy.
Vista at Roger's execution, you know?
Yeah, we just never saw him since.
Look at the mustache. And, like, he was holding off Mihawk? Guys,
No,
something
I
to
think
think about.
Vista might be another one of those characters that we just never see again. Okay, no, that's too much. That's too much. I think we'll see him, but I think he'll be like, just in the background with Marco. Yeah, I'm okay. Wait. I think he's above Smoothie though. Smoothie has a sword. Honestly, I'd put him above Cracker. I think I'd be okay with that.
Sleep on Cracker a little
Cracker
bit.
has a sword.
Yeah, here?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Now, who's who?
Who's who?
All right, so
I
who's
think
definitely beneath Jinbei for sure.
above
And
Thatcher? Yeah. That feels right.
low key, like
I don't know.
Nah.
Who beat Ulti in page 1 though? Yeah, we can't do that.
Well, we didn't see
Honestly-
it. We don't know if they got jumped, you know?
How about this? How about we break up the Big Mom duo? We put who's who above Daifuku.
Not mad at it.
Yeah.
Who's who got redeemed after the ulti stuff? Because before, if we didn't see that cover page, right here, bro, right here.
Yeah,
How
just-
they did him?
He just monologued
man.
and died. That was
Jeez.
awful, dude.
X Drake, man, I had so much promise and hope for X Drake, man.
That's he's your Hawkins, man. That's how I felt. I think X Drake is squarely. I don't even think he's that high. Whoa, that's too much, man.
This is Vice Admiral. He would probably be a Vice Admiral if he was still a Marine. He has armament, observation.
I'd put him above Sasaki.
But beneath Frankie?
It's just, dude, he did not have the best showing.
I'm not mad at it. Last character. The one and only. Deadbeat Yasop. So, Sai, what are you doing with Yasop?
I'd probably put him above Lucky Roo, behind Crocodile. You can even say he's above
You
Crocodile.
think he's stronger than Lucky Roo?
I think he's stronger than Lucky Roo.
Lucky Roo's like the one after Ben Beckman.
Giving them numbers now. 1,
He's the
2,
one
3,
after.
4. Sure. Put him behind Lucky Roo. I think that's solid.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow,
Woo.
this list looks awful.
It looks awful, but we did it. I expect no one to agree with us, right?
People are gonna hate this list. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, huh, is that right? But you gotta admit, if you watched the video, if you followed us, you knew where we were going, right?
Okay, who do you
General
think,
idea.
looking at the list, who's the most overrated on the list?
The
Chat,
most overrated.
Comment, same thing. List your most overrated and most underrated.
I think people
Who's
are gonna.
your most overrated?
People are gonna be pretty mad about the Whitebeard one.
Oh, most overrated? Think he's too high?
I know people are gonna say he's underrated.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think people are gonna like the
Really?
Whitebeard. Yeah, and then as far as overrated, I think people are gonna say that about Crocodile. I think people are gonna think we have Crocodile too high, Whitebeard too low. That's my guess.
I think underrated. That's tough. This is tough. I would say underrated. People might argue for Usopp being higher. Be like, Usopp can beat all of us. Or Perospero. Overrated. I think people might look at Shiryu.
For overrated,
Yeah.
I could see that. He just hasn't really shown much minus like a backstab. Like I think Shiryu could beat Thatch, man. The backstabs, man, they just it's like a magnet with that guy.
That's crazy. But here we have it, guys. Our definitive, obviously canonical, only opinion
Confirmed
except
by Oda.
Confirmed by Oda. Top whatever list for all the commanders.
It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. I don't know. This list looks insane. But leave your thoughts, like the video, subscribe. Sai, thank you for joining me for this movie length video.
2 hours and 25 minutes? What? It's funny because when we looked at this, we're like, yeah, this will be quick, let's just knock it out.
It was like, it didn't seem like it would take this long.
Yeah, but here we are. Damn.
That's crazy.
Things happen, man.
Shout Sai. Channel link, all that stuff down below. Sai, much appreciated.
Of course, brother. Thanks for having me.
Check Sai out, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace out, y'all.